You really are. You weren't messing about when you said, let's go live.
No, we're live. We're live. We're doing it. We're doing
Welcome. Welcome to Wicked Game. We're definitely ready. I'm Lydia.
I was ready 2 minutes ago.
My name's Lydia, and I'm going to be running the game tonight, so apologies for that. Playing with me is Tom and Michelle and Nikki. If you are new here, settle in. We have about 60 seconds of announcements, and then I'm going to do a little recap. You fucking time me, sir. Then I'll do a recap so that you are as up to date as you need to be to get invested in the game. If you're new, hey pals, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate you. We also appreciate our mods. Big fun wave to our mods. Don't hurry. I will not be hurried. Our mods who wrangle everybody in chat and are here and in our Discord. Guys, we reached 100 followers on YouTube, which is very cool. We're very happy. We love our YouTube people out there. I hope you're enjoying yourself. That sounds sarcastic. We do mean, I do genuinely mean that. If you want to be a part of things in our Discord, then I think 2 sessions ago we put a link to come into our Discord. So go to about session 22 Discord. We tend to theorize about the games and the mysteries that are going on. There's games, there's not games, but there is art and there is writing and there is pet pictures and much, much more. It's a rad little community. Fuck you, Timer.
Hey!
Oh my god, though. Ursidice's You Meet in a Tavern, You Die in a Dungeon is nearly finishing up its Kickstarter campaign.
It's 12 hours or something. It's crazy. It's so nearly done.
They have done so well.
If you
well so far.
And you want to, obviously, YouTube is done. But here on stream, don't leave us to go and do it, but you could open another tab and do it at the same time if you wanted to do something like that. That'd be fun.
I believe in you. You could do both.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Spring break, I believe in you.
Yesterday, I invaded some of the heroes.
How dare you?
I know. I'm just ruining the vibe all over the place. They do a stream that's called Space at Table. You guys will all know about it because often they do it on a Wednesday and then they raid us. But yesterday they took some time to talk a little bit about women in RPG spaces, and it was great fun. It was a great chat, and now it is also up on YouTube. So go over to Some of the Heroes page, and it's the last one that went up today.
And subscribe to their YouTube as well.
Yeah.
It's free.
It's free.
Do it.
It's free. Previously 60 seconds.
On the dot.
To be fair, halfway through I was like, oh shit, I'm actually timing this and she could do it. And then it got to 50 seconds and I was like, okay.
She could have done it if she wasn't being spiteful.
Yeah.
I could do it in 60 seconds, but there'd be no flavour. So, previously on the Divisia Sensus, our university students have been hot on the trail of the Hunter, someone who has been murdering people in the city. They came very close being face to face with this. Well, I mean, one person in the party did come face to face with them, face to different face. But ultimately, the killer eluded them, only to take down some custers who, if you are new here, custers are like city guard or like the police force or whatever. They also found some interesting contraption along their travels that seems to be doing something very mysterious in the area of the petting zoo and is somehow connected to the Imperial Palace, though secrets and mysteries abound. When we left them last week, they've used magic to find the home of this killer, and they're standing right outside the house. Nikki.
What?
Roll the thing. In the heart of Ma'aridia, looking over the glittering city of Solarair, is the world's finest centre of learning, the Divisia Sensus. For centuries, this school has hosted the rich and influential and the greatest minds to have ever lived. Geniuses, leaders, holy figures, and legendary adventurers all had their start here. Though the school is built on old foundations, you won't find more advanced facilities for the arcane, alchemical, artistic, or academic, all behind powerful wards. The Divisia Sensus has the finest and most comfortable sanatorium in the known world. We pride ourselves on the care we give to those whose encounter with magic ended with a broken mind. Each year, we instruct students from far and wide in their chosen subjects and the rigours of life at the pinnacle of their field. There is no greater, safer, or more prestigious environment in which to receive an education. Lady Sophronia Apissimos, High Master of Divisia Sensus, welcomes you.
We're back.
We're back. Super serious. It's very eerie. Dark street. Just desperately trying to find my eerie music.
Diamond on a worm.
Diamond on a worm.
You have been standing outside the Stepson lodgings for a little while now.
For a week. For a full week.
Some
We've
of
just
you-
been on AFK.
Yes, exactly. Some of you have looked in through the window at the halfling woman who is clearing up dinner. Your friend Nevma ran up the building to look in through the top window whilst Hiriath distracted some people walking through the city. What would you like to do?
I would
Well,
like
that's a big question, Lydia.
Yeah. I would like to cast see invisibility on myself.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything around, but it'll last an hour, just in case.
Is it concentration?
No.
Okay.
Interesting. So we ended last session with me doing a quick divine sense, and then Nikki saying, "Oh, can I do something?" and then going, "It's okay. I'll wait till next week." And inevitably, he might actually still know, but inevitably, I did think, seeing as though Nikki never remembers anything that he ever does on stream, I thought that Nikki might have forgotten, but it looks like he's remembered.
He's not.
Absolutely.
I think he did it, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I expressly didn't.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
There was something, wasn't it? I had a really good idea. It's gone now, but I did have a really good idea. I would have caught this fucking prick. What was it?
While you're doing that, I'm gonna have another look around and see if there's a way that I could like sneak Mr. Fay in, or maybe just summon Mr. Fay in the room and have Mr. Fay look around.
You want to summon him in the communal area where the halfling is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that feels like a bad idea.
Sodden cat.
You remember your idea?
You gonna do that? Are you gonna
I'll let Sunny.
fuck up first?
Yeah.
I think I remember my idea, but I'm not sure if I did this already.
What was it?
Did I locate object?
Yeah. Well, somebody locate objected it.
Yeah, but you
Um,
can't locate because you haven't seen it.
What do you think I'm trying to locate?
Oh, I remember.
Apologies.
You
You
do it.
did.
You
You did
cast
do it.
locate object on the top of the what
Yeah.
the tabaxi was wearing, and it when it wasn't around.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it.
So Horaith has come back from his lovely chat with the two people out on a walk, with a sinking feeling that he's got another date, and I think he sort of comes over and just like under his breath says, I mean, it doesn't appear that he's here, that they're here,
No.
whatever they are.
Well,
Is it
I
worth
mean,
us?
they weren't in the room that I was looking in.
What if it's that halfling woman though?
Well, it can't be. It's a dog.
Right, but what if it's not the dog? Right.
I just,
Who's that?
like, there's like, is there like pigeonholes or like post cubbies inside? Pigeonholes? You know what this word is? You know this?
Yeah, I think I looked for that last week, like mailboxes and stuff.
There
Right,
isn't.
There isn't.
There's none whatsoever.
No.
Nah.
Right.
Right. What? Right. Gather. Right. What's the plan here? Like, we need to get into that room. The question is, do we mind if we're seen by this halfling woman or not?
I mean, I feel like it is a better idea to just knock on the door and ask,
Yeah.
and let sexy boy over here just like do his thing.
Or I think maybe Horaith should do it.
I was going to do exactly the same joke, but say, yeah, let Sunny do it.
Because
Should we
you
all
know,
hide then?
otherwise we're like sneaking in, and
Absolutely. I will just say, last time we tried to get in a place that we were meant to be, I did pretend that there was a flute that we'd lost.
How about you just say, please, can I see his room? Like, we don't need to do a flute thing, I don't think.
Yeah. Let's just
Yeah,
ask.
yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Well, I was just, the person we're dealing with is probably quite magic, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily that woman, or maybe we don't know her. But like the hunter is quite magic, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Fay really needs to shut up.
But like, so what?
Not a stealth mission for Mr. Fay.
Yeah.
Just inside, just going, Person!
They're quite magic, and they've seen Horaith before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horaith, can you make yourself look different?
quite. No.
Oh,
No.
oh.
DM, is locate object still up? Like, is it still kind of going currently? I like
10
I
minutes,
think,
right?
Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was an hour.
Oh.
Double check. I think it's 10 minutes.
I'm almost definitely the one in the wrong.
I think it's 10 minutes, in which case no, but if it's an hour, you've probably got a little bit left on it.
I was just.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just thinking-
almost definitely in the wrong. Sorry, I'm just
I was just thinking, like, you know, what if there's like a ward or like they're like gonna like detect magic on you and whatnot? I can like cloak you a bit from spells.
Oh.
In case they're like, you're a fae, I've dealt with a fae before, there's not going to be more than one, but if you can't make yourself look different, it's not going to be much help.
Oh, that's
Okay, well, look, we have the facts that we have are that the knife that stabbed me is up there. We can assume somewhere.
yeah.
Right.
I really want to see it.
Yeah,
It's our only lead. Even if he's not there, like he could be in a different room. But
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's either he's left it there,
And
he's
why?
left it up there, which is great because if he comes back, he doesn't have it on him, or her, or they, like them, like. Sorry, I don't know why I've gone into gender
panic about
politics all of a
gender.
it's
sudden.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. No one's judging you here. No one's judging you here.
Or they're up there, and you know, we confront them there.
I think, yeah. Oh.
So we're going up.
Yeah, I think if you knock, and it's worth chatting to that halfling woman. And if you once the door
Can-
opens, I can maybe send Mr. Fay in as well.
Oh, perfect.
Just be like,
Perfect.
Cat's just like run in.
But what if she don't like cats and she kicks it and he just disappears and it's like, oh shit, something's going on.
A ghost.
Well, there is that. A ghost. Okay. I think
The only like I think Horizon's the best person to do it.
Yeah.
But like, what if that is them and they're like, "Oh, you're right, mate. I tried to kill you before. Why ain't you dead?" And then they like, drop a like piano on his head or something.
All right. You want me to do the talking? Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
like
we're
I'm
good
just
at that stuff.
ideally like we just make Horizon look different.
Kai, who's been like sitting back a little bit and letting you guys do it, says, I don't, you're this is great. There's a couple of things that I could do that might help.
Yeah. Great. Oh, don't you have that spell where you can like look inside a room, like you can cast something in it and then you can see in it?
I can do that.
All right.
I could also be in the room, but then I'd be on my own.
Yeah.
In the room.
Let's do that.
Okay.
What else?
I think if it is them behind the counter, then as soon as we enter, they will panic, right? That's
When
as
you say
much.
are we all going in together? Is that what you're saying? So 5 of us are gonna knock on the door and be like, "Yeah, we want to get to that room."
I mean, we hit right. Here's the thing. This is a building where people like rent out like places, rent out the like rooms or whatever.
Space, yeah.
So that halfling woman is probably like their own. If we say, "Hey, we think someone living here is a murderer. Do you mind if we check out their room?"
Exactly.
Yeah. I think you just got to say that, and then hopefully she'll just let us in.
Yeah.
I think especially
Yeah.
if we mention that this is something that has come to the attention of the Custers already,
Great.
somebody who's a landlord will probably want to get ahead of that and look like they're being cooperative rather than harbouring a criminal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great.
That's a good tack, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Less cloak and dagger, the better. In all honesty, that's
We can
that
do
works.
cloak and
Okay,
dagger
great.
if it fails, let's...
Exactly. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, guidance.
And I push my way into the sort of common room of this boarding house.
Oh, you're just going to
No,
open the door and
knock,
walk in?
Arrive, knock. Agatha runs up
Oh,
and just
it's-
knocks
I-
on the door and then just pushes Hariah to it. Like,
Sorry, is this?
that's
how
custom.
we do it here? Okay,
you
okay,
knock,
cool,
you
cool,
knock
cool.
first, knock first.
What a princely thing to do, though, which
Yeah.
is just like, boff, I've arrived. I've come to see if you'll let me in.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll knock.
Can I cast a spell?
You can, but the door has already been knocked on.
That's fine. It's not going to take me long to cast it, I don't believe.
Detect magic?
Nope. I'm going to touch Horiath and cast Arcanist's Magic Aura.
Ooh.
But I'm going to mark him as a fiend. Because
Interesting.
I have a theory that there's a chance, if this person has like some kind of like magic circle or something, that you can only do it by type. And if the dog has like the ability to go back and forth, / this fiend has the ability to go back and forth, then Horiath would be able to go in. And if they can detect magic and they go, you're also a fiend. Basically, if they can't detect it, nothing happens. If they are detecting it, the fiend stands the best chance of getting us a positive.
Yeah.
I like it.
Fun.
That lasts for 24 hours, devil boy.
Oh.
You went quite math there all of a sudden.
Mavrock, who's to say, you know?
The door opens and the small figure of a quite elderly halfling woman, quite kind of plump and rosy cheeked. Hello, it's late, isn't it? What do you need rooms? Because I don't usually bring people in for rooms right now.
Yeah, good evening. I apologize about the time. I'm afraid we've not come with great news. We're inspecting a possible suspect for a number of murders, and we have reason to believe that they are boarding here in one of your rooms. We have
Custis?
we've spoken to the Custis, and we have been working on the investigation alongside them. We actually bought it to them in the first place, but we have reason to believe that one of the rooms that you have rented out is the room of this person. Would you mind if we came in and
Not one of my rooms, no. I wouldn't have a dangerous person in my rooms.
I understand that, and I, in all honesty, I would ordinarily believe it, but this person has been getting out of the public's eye and has become quite crafty in what they do. We'd love to come on
in out of the street. First off.
Thank you.
Can you roll persuasion for me, please?
Of course.
Are you inciting? Yeah. Mr. Fay does not trust this woman.
Oh, he's livid.
Persuasion. So that was a 16 on the dice. So 24.
What was your insight?
26. Tell me your secrets, you bint.
She is she's got her like house coat on, her like dress that's just for the house, and it's like made out of nice material, even though it's the thing that like she'll also like wipe her hands. It's a bit of like an apron type of situation, and she is genuine. She first off, she's been very charmed by Horiath immediately. I think Mr. Fay might have killed someone else.
Yeah, Mr. Fay's killing cats, and I'm like, oh god. Fighting other cats.
There's just a dead baby somewhere in the street that Mr. Fay is chowing down on.
Fucking hell, Lydia.
Jesus.
Well, that's the noise.
Content warnings.
This little halfling woman is very quickly like fussing around and sort of being like a grandmotherly figure, and you can't see any reason why that would be an act right now, other than the natural instinct of like the mask that you put on when you open the door to your business.
Yeah.
She's in customer service mode. She's not in harbouring a fugitive mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she kind of like, she meant it when she said I wouldn't keep criminals in her house. She's immediately putting a tea set down on the table and undoing everything. So tell me, what is who is this? I've got several rooms that are out at the moment.
Honestly, we don't have a name. What we do have is an implement that was used to stab me. And I sort of open up my shirt a little bit and show her the sort of still healing kind of stab wound.
Yours is going blue now. Yeah.
We've managed to track the knife that was used to this house, to one of the rooms in particular, actually.
Yeah, that room that's like right on the top.
Really?
Would-
So what were your
would we be able
names
to,
again? What were your who am I talking? I've realised I've let you into my home, and I didn't ask for identification. But what's your name? Six pack with the scar.
Sunny? No, sorry, we've done that joke already.
Kai's just feeling very left out of this joke.
He's got no scars.
He's like, oh.
My name's. I think. Can I incite this, please? Sorry, I'm a fucking fae, mate, and she's asking for my name. Do you know what I mean? Like.
She doesn't know you're afraid.
Yeah, I mean, roll insight. Roll insight.
Oh, that was a fucking nat 20. That was legit a fucking nat 20. Thank you, Ash, for the wonderful, wonderful dice. So, with insight, that is a 25.
Tom, she's just a little old lady halfling. Like, come on.
I don't like that. I don't like that you said that, Lydia. Don't like that you're saying that in the way that you're saying it.
She wouldn't harm a fly. I don't know. Like, what do you want from me?
I say, my family name's Agvi.
Mr. Agvi. I don't know any Agvis.
I'm glad.
Sorry, who lives up there?
And what was your name?
Miss Fifield.
Fifield.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be Pete's little girl, would you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's me.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I'm trustworthy. I'm local. Yeah.
Oh, now you said that. That's a funny thing to say, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess it is. But like,
Roll persuasion.
how drunk is this halfling?
She's not. You know what? She's had dinner. She might have had some wine. You can have advantage. She's had 3 glasses of wine, and that's.
With your new headphones, when you do your little head bop when you're doing math, you look like a DJ.
That's 17.
Okay. Well, and you, sir? My name's Kyclonus Chromata. An absolute pleasure. You have a wonderful establishment. I particularly like these cushions. He picks up a random throw cushion. The embroidery is quite remarkable. And she sort of gives him a narrow look and turns to you, Sonny, and goes, "And you?"
My name's Senny. I'm not from here, you see. I'm from Quillar, and I go to this school not far up the road. My friend's been stabbed, and if I'm honest, I'm not best pleased about it. And the bloke at the top floor of this house has got the knife that stabbed him, and I've got a bit of an issue. Your housecoat, though, is divine. It's such a welcoming and homely feel right now, and this tea is top notch. I would like to get into that room.
Sonny, did you ask before you took the tea?
She laid it out for us, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did say that she
Sorry.
put out a tea set. I feel like if anyone was going to finish off her making the tea, like she just put the tea set out, and Sunny, I can fully see Sunny just sort of taking over and making the
helping
rest
himself.
of the tea.
Like I'm not from here. My mate's been stabbed. I'm not best pleased about it. Also, just if this is any help, Custers know about us. This is actually the third crime we've been investigating for them. Like we've helped them. You know, there's people slitting ankles. We caught them. They fucking let them go again.
Yeah.
Nightmare, right?
Yeah.
That missing bird, right? That George knew. We found him. Well, Agatha did. Well, it's mostly Agatha. But like this time, my mate's been stabbed. I'm not best pleased about it. As you can imagine, basically. So like, mate, like look, we would like to go in the room. Get the knife and take it to the Custers. If you have any information about the person who owns said knife, that would also be really helpful. We ain't here trying to make a fuss. There's a reason why we knocked on the door. You know?
Lionel is a very good tenant. I don't think he would do anything like what you're kind of saying here.
Look, I'm not saying I ain't saying nothing about this specific person. All I'm saying is the knife that stabbed my mate is in that room. We know 'cause magic, right? We would like to get that knife and go and show it to the Custers, maybe investigate a bit more. We don't need to do anything else really. Like having a look around would be helpful, but like if that makes you uncomfortable,
Well,
we can just
that
take the
you
knife
know,
and go.
I do see where you're coming from. That is, you roll a persuasion as well.
Do I get advantage because I'm adorable and not from here?
Yeah, she's got a motherly thing about her. You can be everybody's little boy. I can't remember what the background was, but it was something like that.
Fucking 19. What's persuasion?
Yeah.
19 flat.
Were you going to say something, Tom?
I was just going to ask, can I cast Divine Sense again? Just whilst we're here, I'm well aware that we've got many
Does it
layers
have,
of flaw.
Is Divine Sense just like it happens, or do you do stuff?
No, it just happens as an action.
Yeah.
So
You can do that. I'm just going to focus on the persuasion roll for a second.
Awesome.
19 flat, did you say?
Yeah.
That it's you're putting me in a spot because I do really see what you're saying, but equally you aren't actually Custis, are you? And also, I have to look after the privacy of my lodgers. And I do hear what you're saying, that you through magical means you think it's up there, but I'm taking a lot on faith here, and
Sorry, what was your name again?
My name's Deirdre Stepson.
Deirdre, look.
Stepson.
Deirdre, look.
Yeah.
We wouldn't come here if it weren't important. Like Horizon doesn't need to show you his abs again to show you what happened, right? This is Deirdre. Who's your best friend, Deirdre? Who's your mate? Your pal?
Well, I've got a friend down the road. Her name's Cece.
Cece, right? What if something happened to Cece? You'd want to see it through, right?
Well, yeah. Otherwise, Domino's Tuesdays is rubbish.
What are you talking about?
Nosebleed.
Sorry. I just had the most kind of like what's it called? Like coming out of the game.
Yeah. It's like a violent snap out of character. Like, oh, Tuesday. What? Look.
Not the pizza.
Look. Deirdre. Look. My mate's been stabbed, and I'm just not. It's just not on. It's not on. If this bloke didn't do it, right? Someone's framing him for it. Now, what if someone was trying to frame her for a crime that she didn't do?
What? So you want to go up there and just
want to get the knife that stabbed my mate, Deirdre. That's it.
But that's you wanting to take his property then.
So if it's his,
but then he's killing people with it.
So here's, like worst case, we're taking his property, right? And he's a murderer, right? Best case, we're taking evidence that's been planted in his home away so that he's not being framed for a murder. Right. It's a win-win as far as he's concerned. And look, if it makes you feel any better, you can sit down here. We'll go do it.
No, I would definitely go up with you. That's I can't have you snooping around without me. But here's what I'm gonna. I know I see that girl's wanting to say, but if you take this knife,
right,
and then Lionel comes back. And I've got to say, I let people in and they just took your stuff.
She's got a point. We shouldn't we don't need to take the knife. Like if anything,
all I was going to say is that he could go and get it back from the custards. That's where you're going to take it, right?
Yeah,
it will end there. Yeah.
And I'm going to keep your names.
No.
Of course.
What? You've already told her her name. We're not
talk to the
custards
to like cross-reference that you've given it into the custards, right? I'm trying to be official here because this is if people started spreading round that the Stepson lodgings just lets any old person steal things out of people's rooms. I'll go bankrupt.
Yeah, but
you
can you not take my name, please?
But you said I could trust you because you're a local
You
girl.
can trust me, but this person is going around killing anyone that has information, and no offence, but these lot don't have family here, and I do.
Fair. Honestly, fair. Deirdre, do you everything by the book? Yeah.
Just say you're school students. That's all.
I think I'm what am I gonna do here? All right.
Oh, also, like if you want. Oh no, that feels a bit.
I'm going to get my friend Cece, and she's going to go to the custards at the same time, so that I just know that they know you, but I will let you up. I'll go up with you, and we can do that. But I want to make sure that I'm not like messing up, and I do see, if this is you've brought a big thing to me today, and I'm a bit scared now, and I just want my friend to help me out with and make sure that I'm not doing something wrong and letting crimes happen.
Of course, I want to make it very clear. The last time we went up against this person, we almost died. After that, he killed a number of custards. Now,
not Lionel. He's lived here for so long.
How long?
All I'm saying is that's the reason that we are here, that we have taken this role on, as opposed to the custards. We don't want to see any other custards hurt. It's not.
I wouldn't bring Cece into this if I were you.
No.
But I want to go and I want the custards here.
I completely understand. But Deirdre, if you get Cece involved, and this person is the person that we think they are, we can't guarantee no one's safety. We could barely guarantee
Nevma steps
own.
forward and goes, "I'll get the fucking custards. Sorry, Deirdre, for swearing in your home, but I'll get the custards. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. I'll meet you up there. You can do your thing. I'll bring Frogget and Tana back. It's not just a custard; it's a detective. We're only the best for Deirdre." And she's gonna. Well, that's a good roll from our girl.
If it's going to take 10 minutes, can I do detect magic or like ritual cast detect magic?
You can either do that or you can go up, because that was what she was saying. Is while get the custards back, you'll be doing the stuff upstairs.
Kai, can you go with Nevma? I don't think any of us should be alone right now.
I mean, of course I will.
I know Nevma's super capable, but I just don't think any of us should be alone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks, Kai. I appreciate it.
Off they go. Deirdre steps in, gets a big ring of keys out from a drawer, and starts walking up the stairs to the second floor. There's a bunch of different doors on that first floor. Up the next set.
So is this like lodgings? It's like a B&B situation?
It's mostly that is long-term lodgings for people. I like I like it to have a family feel.
I get it. No, I get it. It's sort of like a passing like a passing family home, like a hard
Yeah.
halfway.
Well, I
house,
mean,
you know?
Lionel's been here for 15 years.
15 years. Oh, it'd be look.
That's a long time.
Maybe someone's just trying to frame them. In which case, we're doing the best thing for him.
I think that's got to be what it is, because he's very quiet, very good. Oh, never pays late. He's got a funny way of paying, but he never pays late.
How does he pay?
6 months ahead, always.
Like,
Gives me big bunch of money, 6 months. You know.
is it like all gold or like just sort of like bits and pieces?
Where does he get his money from?
Do you know, I haven't really spoken to him about what he does for work. But even when he's not in town, because sometimes he goes off like travelling for work, and even when he does, there's always the money always gets to me somehow.
Does he have a dog?
No, we don't allow pets.
Ah, it's interesting.
It's good to know.
It's good.
It's like the situation here. Like, do you do like laundry
There
services?
is a dog though.
There is?
I mean, there's a couple of, you know, we've got on in and out of having street dog problems in the city, which I always make sure the customers know about. I've written quite a few complaint letters, but of late there's been, you know, you just hear it in the streets, keeps you up. It's like barking and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, they can be a real. It's why, you know, we hunt them where I'm from.
What?
Hmm?
You hunt dogs?
Well, yeah, hunting dogs.
Where are you from? Droshen or something?
Yeah, something.
Where I'm from, it's cats and lizards everywhere.
You hunt cats and lizards?
No, there's cats and lizards in the street, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
yeah.
from Quillar. You ever been?
Oh, no, never. No. I like Solare most. I don't want Agatha's cake. You are actually outside the door. She's just really slowly with her keys, like trying to get the right.
Agatha's doing the thing that I think we all do when you're stuck behind a slow person in the street. You're like, come on.
No, I wouldn't leave Solare. I love it. This is it.
So
for me
you born
now.
here, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's nice being like a hometown hero, you know?
Oh, call me a hero. I do try, but I'm not a hero. I mean, some people have had my lasagna. They do say that
You
I've
write a
saved
lot of letters
lives.
about dogs, so you know.
And the door creaks open, and she walks in first. She's only little, so you walk a really great view immediately. It is quite a large space. I mean, it takes up basically an entire floor, so it does have a real kind of open plan penthouse feel about it. But it has sloped ceilings and nicely appointed furniture is really nice. Bookshelves, really big bed, and kind of airy. The windows are large, even though it's nighttime. You imagine that during the day it would be. God, why have I always got cat hair in my bloody lip gloss?
3 cats. That's why.
That's why, yeah. And as what's the order of people going in?
Agatha's almost pushing this
I've
woman
got
out
to
the
go
way.
last because I can't step over her, so I have to go last.
Yeah, I'll go in the middle.
So what's a room like this setting you back in like a month?
Oh, well, he actually pays for this place 20 gold a month.
A month? And like the books on the bookshelves, they come with it? Like, was it part
Oh,
furnished?
no,
or...
it's completely I mean, it's furnished, but it's empty. This is all his stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, this is, 15 years he's lived here happily. I've cooked for him every day.
Oh, so it's like a communal dinner situation. I suppose that's that family feel you was on about, right?
Yeah, he's out a lot, because he's got
Things to do.
Yeah, that's what business. I'm gonna try and get her looking at me and having a conversation with me, so Agatha can do a
roll persuasion
Fuck, I
with
shouldn't have done
advantage because
this.
you've got a rapport with her. Agatha, if you would like to roll investigation.
I would
17.
I also just want to say I still have see invisibility. I'm going to cast detect magic and then investigate.
17.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
15 investigation. It's not my best.
So how many other
and-
people you got here?
The first thing that you notice that you really don't need to roll for because it's right in front of you, on the bed
A dead man.
is a large knife, bloody,
On the bed.
on the bed.
Like the blood's going into the bed sheets.
Oh, it's just, the blade has blood on it. It's not absolutely gushing. The actual knife isn't gushing itself. Next to the knife is a piece of paper.
Oh.
And I mean, this is a very tidy room. What was the investigation again? Sorry, just say the number.
15. Not my best.
Not your best.
Just really mean to yourself. It's not my best work, but
I mean, I rolled a 5. Like, it's genuinely not
Yeah.
Agatha's best work. She's normally good at this stuff. Can I look at the note? Or is there anything else?
I'm going to give you one other thing, is that you open some drawers and you just have this like fleeting thought in your head that this isn't very many clothes. But you have a look at the paper
Yeah.
and it is blank. What else was happening? I feel like Hiraeth did a divine sense or something a while back, and I haven't forgotten to pick up on it.
Yeah, but I can.
Nothing comes of your divine sense.
Here.
Yeah.
Cool.
What else happened? I'm so behind on all the things that you said. Everyone
Sorry,
said
just very quickly. Is there any? Do I like the divine sense? Do I get anything? Might be a little bit much, but do I get anything on the knife itself? Like, is this the knife that stabbed me? Am I getting like Fey?
You wouldn't get that from divine sense.
You wouldn't? Okay. Cool.
It's got to be living things, right? Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just doing a Nikki and just trying to ask
I
a
love
bit
it.
more.
I'm a big fan of pitching me an idea. Sometimes they slip through. Not today. Michelle,
you have to preface it with, you can say no. And then
Yeah.
she said yes.
I did a detect magic as well.
you did a detect magic. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything magic in this room, Lydia?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this? Are you stalling? Because
No, I'm fucking pissed.
because I cast detect magic.
There's just a
You-
guy naked but magic, just like
Well, I was imagining, like, you were like, yeah, he's just in the room invisible, and I've cast see invisibility.
he's not invisible. He's just tucked away, but his magical cock ring is glowing.
There is like on the other side, you can sort of you're looking around with your interestingly enough, the dagger is not magic, which is surprising to you. And you look around and you don't really see anything else that's magic, and then you turn to where the door is still open and Deirdre is talking to Sunny, and there is the whole side of the far wall is bookshelves, and you see that there is this like magical shimmer down the center part of the bookshelf.
Can I go and investigate that?
Yeah, I'm going to need a new investigation roll.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
It's not my best.
It's not my best. It's like 50% of my full
Power.
power.
Could I get a new persuasion roll from you, Sunny? Because she's now just like right next to you guys. Agatha's now doing something that is going to pull her attention away.
I think if it helps, I've sort of joined. I'm useless at this stuff. This is why Agatha's in the room. You know, like I'm coming over to help
I
Sunny.
don't
and
know
just
why
sort of
I
keep
did it, mate.
chatting
I'm
kind
really
of
good
thing.
at perception. I really should. It was the flow of the in-fiction narrative, but skill-wise, please, Horizon, show her your
Okay,
act.
so you can do you can do a
A handover.
advantage.
Advantage.
You've already
Oh,
got advantage.
No, I'll stay in the conversation, but no.
Yeah.
Can Horizon roll?
Yeah.
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 I don't want to fucking roll. I've got a +0.
That was an 11, so 19.
Okay. Yeah, she is. She's been talking to Sunny, who's like a little bit taller than her, and then she's just getting a crick in her neck, looking up at the Fae.
And I think, not to be too much of a dick, but I think I sort of situate myself like on the opposite side of the room
Kind of
to
pull
where
her
Agatha is.
attention into the room. Yeah.
Yeah, not like obviously, but not like look at me, but just sort of chatting this way as opposed to in a way that she can watch.
So whilst that is happening, Agatha, you are looking at this panel that is glowing with magic and running your hands along the books, and you get fixated with this one bit that looks a little bit brighter, and you pull at the spine of a book, and the door pushes forward and to the side, and the bookshelf opens out into a hidden room. You step through into a hidden room that is not at all like the room that he lived in. It is roughly plastered walls, no decoration, but then painted writing on the walls that just said, "I do as the dog bids me. The black dog tells me, and I obey."
That's horrible. I hate it.
Oh my god.
That was a full panic reaction.
Yeah. Yeah. I do as the dog bids me.
It's just lots of dogs really flustered. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to frighten you. There's a lot of like painted writing
Yeah.
on the wall, and it's all around the same thing of, "I do what the black dog tells me to."
Deirdre, you was right about them dogs.
What do you mean? Oh my god!
I
What
think you
is
mean,
this?
oh my dog.
This is why we hunt them.
Wow, this is very frightening. What is all of this?
Deirdre, do all of your rooms have secret compartments in?
No, I wouldn't have even noticed this, but now that I'm looking at it, it is a bit nearer. He must have snuck that in over the years, brought that bookshelf forward. Yeah. Roll insight. Yeah.
16.
You believe her? She looks frightened.
Is
She
there-
looks. No, I was just going to repeat it. She looks frightened.
Mr.
Is there
Fay.
anything else in the room?
I mean, you're going to have to roll perception, investigation. This is a new room, so.
I'll
I'll percept.
I'll
Are you investigating, yeah?
Yeah. Natural 20.
That is your
Oh,
best one.
That is my best work. That is a 30. Also, these are my new dice from
Wow.
Ash that she made that you cannot see at
Yeah.
all.
No,
Michelle gets 2 sets of die.
Ooh, pinky one with
People
gold.
can barely see that on the
They're
screen.
pink with yellow on the top, and then G has a matching set that are yellow with pink writing.
No, is that from her dice Toba?
No,
Nope,
she just
she
made
just-
it for us ages ago.
Ash is just like that.
Yeah.
I have definitely invested in one of those sets from that she made this month because they're so good.
Yeah, we were around there the other day and she was showing us them all and they just look fucking incredible. Automatic dice.
Yes.
Fucking
Anyway, back to
dogs.
this moment.
Dog. Investigation. Perception.
Your natural 20 investigation, which gives us a total of
30.
there are The ground is just... Here's the thing. You step in and there's papers on the ground, and then as you lift your feet up, papers stick to your feet, and you kind of hear ripping, paper ripping. And this is what you then... I feel like Sunny is a step behind and is perceiving as he like kind of is looking around. What you see from when she lifts her foot is that the ground is just trodden down papers. Kind of like, let me paint you a picture
Like
of a rabbit hutch where you put down newspapers, and then instead of cleaning the hutch out, you just put more papers down, and it just gets more and more trodden down until it like is this compacted papers.
It's like the saddest spanakopita.
Yeah.
Can I take a look at what this paper is? Like,
You pick up some loose ones from the top, and it is wild scrawlings that you just roll
colour's
an
the
natural
ink
20,
then,
so I've just
yeah?
got to give up all my secrets.
please. That's what the dice say.
This is like, here's the thing. Whoever wrote this had been told a lot of stuff, and the style of writing is somebody who is trying to get it out of their head. It's almost like journaling, but very manic. And they are, you look at one page and it is just saying, the black dog came to me again tonight and gave me a name. I must go and find them and do his bidding. And then there's another page which is talking about how he hasn't seen the black dog, but he thinks about the black dog a lot, and he fears his return. And it's kind of like those are some of the... I mean, here's the thing. There's just pages upon pages upon pages.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to sit here and say every single thing.
No, of course.
It's like the manic journaling of somebody who is doing the bidding of this black dog.
Yeah. I mean, it suddenly feels extremely demonic to Agatha. Just the whole thing. Like, this is a man possessed. Literally. Can I look around for any, like, the newest? Like, what was the latest?
Yeah, basically all the top. I mean, it's just papers everywhere. Papers everywhere. So all the kind of loose ones, you can just pick them all up.
Yeah.
But you could like dig down and try and lever out the whole thing, and then later on try and separate them all. Going back. And because you rolled a natural 20 on investigation, I'm very happy to, like, over time tell you what it is that you discover. In the same way that we did with your research before. It's like, it's not that I'd ever withhold anything, it's just how long is it going to take to read everything.
Then Agatha's going to start, like, picking up what she can, trying not to ruin anything, but, like, to get a pile that they could take with them and sort through later. That's what she'll do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What I wanted to look for was whether there were any that, like, mentioned, like, Libby, or, like, there was one that looks like it's just been freshly dropped, like, I have to go kill someone.
I mean, here's the thing, unless anybody else is doing anything, I think Deirdre is panicking. She's scared. She's hoping that the Custers will turn up soon, but we still have some minutes really to wait for them to kind of come back. And she suddenly, is kind of genuinely pretty frightened to be in the room, to be in the building at all. She's wondering whether she should be waking up other people in the house. She's trying to work out, it's pretty unprecedented stuff. She's not really sure what to do. But chaps, are you doing anything?
I personally don't have anything besides I've only got like 2 more divine senses, so I don't really want
you wanna
to
save
spaff
them.
another one.
You can stay
just
with
in case.
Deirdre, right, and keep her calm and.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna be like a calm, relatively placating voice. I don't think I'm gonna give any advice because I've got none. But just being there, sort of with her through her journey.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, you have some minutes then. Oh, yeah, sorry.
How many windows are in this room?
2.
I would like to look out of both of them, specifically into which alleyways they look down into.
Yes. One looks down into the street that you came from. That was the window that Nevma looked through. And then there's a side one that's like a little bit lower that sits like under the eaves, and that looks down onto a side alley.
Are there any like drains, like storm drains, similar to the one that Horiath was digging his face into in that alleyway?
Yeah.
There are. Okay.
I mean, there's drains on most streets and alleys.
Okay, yeah, but like I'm making a mental check note of where that one is.
It's all possible. Yeah.
How to get to there from here, because. And is there any sign of somebody climbing up the walls?
Roll perception.
18 on the dice. Plus 5. Yeah. 5. 23. I want to look if there's any sign of like it being like levied open from the front, or like.
You want to know if there's a trellis, right? I mean.
Yeah. To be honest, the fact that you haven't said there's not a trellis implies there is a trellis. We've gone through.
There's no trellis. There's no trellis.
But there's an eave, right?
I mean, am I right in thinking that the eave is like the bit that of the roof? That's
I'm gonna be honest. Every time you say eaves, all I hear is "We ain't been dropping no eaves, sir." That's literally all I hear.
You don't see any evidence of people climbing up, of anything or anyone climbing. And in the time that there's like Horiath is calming, is sort of sitting with Deirdre, and Sunny's doing some like looking through windows. I'll see what papers you pick up. You don't really see anything about the lathes.
Okay.
In the ones that you picked up, but this is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's hundreds of sheets of paper here.
Yeah.
With like tightly, like snaking scrawl handwriting. And then I'd say that you're sort of like, you're really digging into it. Like you maybe have like come back out of the room and you're sitting on the normal floor, like just pulling sheets and like looking and looking.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you hear a call up the stairs. What time is it? It is nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sergeant Tom calls up the stairs. Oh, hello. Is it all right for us to come up? And she goes, "Oh, come. I think people are sleeping. Let me help you up." And she goes pop, 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 pop down the stairs. And then a little bit later, up comes Kai Nevma, Sergeant Ton, who is, you know, very tall and like stoops to go into the room, and goes, "Well, hello everybody. I see that you've done quite a lot of investigative work already. Nikki."
Can I message Nevma?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this rude?
Depends what you're about to do.
No offense. I don't mean to offend you, but is there any way you can tell without touching if the blood on the dagger on the knife is Horiath's? I don't know if she's got a good sense of smell or something. I don't know nothing about no vampires. She's really good at investigation.
I'll I mean, I can try, but I don't know. She like edges forward towards the bed, and you just kind of see her wipe her little finger along the blade and then turn her back.
The implication of that is terrifying for Haraya.
Got a plus a D4 from guidance. Well, because if it's not Horaya's blood, that means this person's fucking...
Yeah, I feel like there's some invisible ink on that paper or something.
I know, I think they're writing on the paper with blood. I think that's why the knife and the paper were on the bed, because they were going to write again in blood. That's my...
Okay. Interesting.
She says, I don't really think that it is in... It kind of, like... Maybe it doesn't really... You know what? It kind of tastes like a bunch of different stuff. I really wish I hadn't put it in my mouth, actually.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And yeah, Sergeant Ton is immediately focusing on like the bigger picture. Like he is looking round, but then he is saying, Miss Stepson, do you have somewhere else that you can sleep tonight? And would it be all right if we speak to your lodgers about vacating the building? It's going to be now under investigation. And I'm going to need to question you about your lodger who lived here and get as much helpful information as I can possibly get. I do hope that that will be all right with you. I'm so sorry if you're tired, but it will be a long night. She doesn't know whether she's coming or going. She doesn't know whether to walk out and start knocking on doors or whether to sit down and start interviewing, but she's sort of putty in his hands a little bit. And he turns to you guys. She does leave the room to start opening doors and speaking to the other residents. And he turns to you guys and says,
Hi, my name's Senny.
Hello, Sonny. My name is Sergeant Ton. This is very interesting turn of events. What brought you here?
That knife stabbed him. And we located that knife.
Really?
Yeah.
That is... How did you locate the knife?
Magic.
With magic, yeah.
Right. It's like Kai's in the background going, I've said all of this already. I told you all of this on the way over.
Are you asking so that you know we're not up to shit, or are you asking because you don't know? I don't mean in a shitty way, but are you asking because, like, you don't understand that type of magic, or is it you asking because you want to make sure that we're above board?
I like to get the same story from as many people as possible.
No, absolutely fine. Basically, my mate got stabbed, and we were like, that's fucked. So, you know, he's quite intimate with that knife. It was inside him. So we did a little detect. It was in this room. We then spoke to Denise?
Deirdre.
We spoke to Deirdre and we were like, hey, look, the knife that stabbed my mate is upstairs. Can we go and take a look? And she was like, oh, no, he wouldn't do nothing. And we were like, okay, worst case scenario, he's a murderer, and that's his knife, and it's up there. Best case scenario, he's fine, and he's being framed, and we can go and check, make sure it's his knife, and, you know, Nedmer and Kai went and got you. We went up there. Agatha, again, found the magical secret room. So, you know, lots of dog mysteries.
He picks up, like, the sheet of paper on the bed and goes, I can't work out the significance of this. Do we know?
Have you tried holding it over a fire, see if anything comes up?
No.
It didn't.
He goes
it didn't...
and strikes tinderbox to start a candle and kind of like does the thing of like placing it over. No, nothing.
And my detect magic didn't pick up on anything.
No.
Wait. What if you touch the paper with the knife? Because what colour's the ink on all the paper?
Yeah.
Is it like brown?
It's like faded black brown.
Like it could be dried blood.
You'd have to roll an investigation check for that.
I won't. I simply won't.
Agatha, you're not convinced of that.
Like maybe you touch. Like I don't know. Like it's all mental. You're like, look, this guy's
mental.
nuts. This guy's
That's all
nuts.
mental.
This guy's nuts. And you know, Deirdre's been writing to you about the dogs for ages, and now look.
Has she? She's written to us about.
Yeah, I think she's
about
mostly just complaining about loud street
Sorry,
dogs.
what is the dog thing again?
What do you mean?
The dog.
It's
like this.
everywhere, mate.
The
Also, there's
Oh,
a black.
the dog. Oh, the reference of the dog on the black dog. I see. Yes, yeah. And he sort of pokes his head into his room and goes, "Well, that's horrid."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I have two.
We saw a
customers-
dodgy-looking black dog, so we reckon it's a black one. Also, he says it's a black dog,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know, we think maybe we saw
You've
it.
seen the dog.
I didn't.
Harath did. Yeah.
I did.
He saw a black dog, which he thought was dodgy. He said, "Oh, it looks like a devil dog," and then this has happened. What we thought was like maybe entirely separate, but it seems like it was related, and it ran into the sewers. So you got evil sewer dog.
Right. An evil.
Best case scenario, evil sewer dog, and then like messed up person because of the evil sewer dog.
Sergeant Ton, he sort of explains that two customers are coming to like do grunt work with the other people and thing to do like take interviews of the other people, and he begins to like go through the room and extremely methodically investigate every like item on a tabletop, open every drawer, and like even looking closely at the dust on the top of a sill on the window.
It reminds me of William when he gets in one of his moods.
And then he turns back and goes, "Well, this is all extremely interesting. It is my strong feeling that the person who lived here has left." I see why you find that funny, and he opens drawers and he goes, "There, he has packed a bag and left."
Oh right, and not like he's not in this room.
Right.
Not here.
Well, I mean,
That clarification does help.
Yeah,
our,
it does.
Our trust
But
in
also
you.
the first one is valid as well, seeing as the last time you thought that he had left, he hadn't.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
led to the
oh,
deaths
oh.
of some of my people. So
Whoa.
I mean, look, all that says is that he's very good at getting around. He definitely
he's
had
very
left.
good at getting around. This is an extremely powerful being. We know, that is extremely evident. I'm incredibly intrigued by a lot of things here, but as you can see, there is no luggage, and a lot of things that would be here. Here is a basin and a mirror, but there's no razor or soap, and
Less than
there's
knife.
only a few items of clothing in each of these drawers. That tells me that he's packed some bags and gone.
Yeah.
But do you think because he left the knife and the blank piece of paper
Yes,
that he
it
was
was-
running from the dog as much as running away from the crimes?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. That's...
Because like if he was still like in it, he would probably keep this like mad knife, right?
Can I investigate the bit of paper?
Yeah.
I just want to try and look if there's... when someone's written on top of another bit of paper, like if there's indents or anything like that kind of stuff.
Yes. Roll investigation.
24.
What that does is you see something that makes you want to roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
This used to be a scroll.
Can I help?
Oh, it's a fucking spell slot.
Oh,
Can I help?
interesting.
With Arcana?
Oh, can he help?
Yeah.
I'm proficient.
Yeah.
Sonny.
As long as you're proficient.
You.
It's one better. That's 21.
21.
Can you tell me what spells you have? What you would know?
Agatha,
Yeah, well, sort of between the two of you, because you're both doing it, aren't you?
do you want to give us a level? Should I just read them all?
Read them
Okay.
all.
Not cantrips?
Chill touch, dancing lights, mage hand, shock and grasp, alarm, detect magic, find familiar, jump, mage armor, shield, witch bolt, calm emotions, hold person, mirror image, misty step, see invisibility, counterspell, dispel magic.
Boop.
Dispel magic.
Oh. So he used dispel magic on the dagger?
He dispelled
Himself?
something on the mag-
It is a. You, like, look at the indents in this page of where this used to be, and it is a massively upcast version of dispel magic that would be able, because you know very well that a dispel magic on an item doesn't really work, but this one would.
Right.
The knife was magic. What if it was like a cursed knife or something? The dagger was cursed.
Well, you know that it was magic because it did necrotic damage to Hiraeth.
It did.
It was not a nice dagger.
It was a knife.
Of all the stabs you've ever had,
Yeah.
it didn't feel
It was
as good.
Far from
gosh,
the
that's
best.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, but why dispel?
Because maybe that's what he thought that's what was getting him.
If it took him all this time.
Yeah, it's expensive. And maybe
Oh yeah, but he's been like throwing money.
I don't know if that was his money. She said he just kept showing up even when he weren't here. I think maybe he was like a husk or a puppet for a dog.
Sergeant Ton is like now using his own like very basic dagger to like pull up like the crust of what's on the floor of that little room, and is saying, well, this is what this is great, because though our suspect has probably fled the city, which is very unsatisfying. What is wonderful about what you discovered here today, Miss Fifield, is that we will be able to cross-reference this with all of our missing persons files and inform families
Yeah.
and let people know about loved ones that have been missing. We'll have hopefully a fairly comprehensive list of all the people
Yeah.
that this Lineth T. Hunter has killed.
Okay.
Or it's just his name.
Oh, do you think that's his name? Is that his name? Like,
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Hunter's just his
Stepson
name.
just said his name is Lineth
He's just
T. Hunter, yeah.
he's just a bloke called Hunter.
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't giving him a kooky nickname, Agatha.
It's Lineth the Hunter.
I don't know.
I-
Might do.
if I were a gambling man,
Which you are.
which I am,
Yeah.
I'd say that Lineth either isn't alive or is on a road to that.
Yeah.
Because if he's now got all of his mental faculties and he's living with what he's done, and
I mean,
then also like who's saying that he's really got away from the dog?
Exactly. We don't actually know that he has his mental faculties back.
This is what I mean.
Can I
like
do some sort of check? Because you said there's dust and stuff. How long has
he just
Lionel
might
been
not have cleaned
gone?
it very well.
Because didn't we chase? Like yesterday?
Well, I mean,
He
It's
didn't
like-
use this place.
I just picked up some dust from the door that
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
clean very long ago. There's
Yeah.
always a bit of...
What? Kim and Aggie will have a fucking fit.
All I've got is these people. They're not discerning when it comes
Yeah.
to dust.
No. That's I was just only like, I was seeing if I could work out if he'd just left, in which case we can maybe run, or if like, I'm just trying to think of the time frame. Could have left yesterday.
I'll allow a look. I mean, you've done a lot of investigating of this room already.
This room like the back of my hand.
And so let's think. We did have a natural 20 investigation. We also had a dirty 21, I think, at one point.
Yes. Yeah.
And then
30,
the earlier one was 15.
yeah.
There is, I mean, I don't think that you could. I mean, you know that it is no. You only fought him day before yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If it was like a difference between a month and a
Yeah.
week or a day, then I would give it to you. But I think I wouldn't be able.
No, I
You wouldn't
can't
be able to kind of forensically go. It was 6 hours ago,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
7
of
and not
course.
5.
Yeah.
I think whilst Agatha's sort of doing this check, I pop over to Sunny and just kind of say,
I'm sorry about making you into a fiend. I didn't know. Like, I was just a maybe thing. Does it feel weird?
I feel no different. I mean, you know, I don't think I smell like I usually do, but other than that, like I feel fine.
Nevma's just at the side of you going.
Thank you. I suppose what worries me more than Lineth being missing is the fact that there is still a potential demon dog in town that is that has been telling someone to do certain things, do these things for all of this time, and no longer has that person.
Mate.
Do you think it might be looking for a new? I mean, this is me wildly speculating, but do you think it could potentially be looking for like a new host to do its bidding, or?
I don't know, but you know the best way to catch a street dweller.
What?
Basically, I reckon those kids that have been slashing ankles will probably have a good idea of where that dog's been going to and from if they're not related to it. So I think we should maybe try and speak to the kids.
You and these kids,
What? They're little kids and they got no one. And like, so they tried to put them in a home and they rejected. Like, it's, you know, it happens sometimes. You know, like you get like a, you just. I tried to help them and I couldn't, and it sucks.
I'm just surprised that you think they're related this much.
No, I don't. No, I don't necessarily. But what I mean is, that little kid, the little tabaxi kid, right, saw me go into the petting zoo that day. When I'm saying I'll put money on it that they've seen that dog going back and forth if it's not related. So if it's not related, they might know something because they're pissing about, probably in the sewers too. And how often do you see a dog in the sewers?
I tend not to go down into sewer, so
right?
I wouldn't
Because
know.
there's dogs. There's not normally dogs. That was. But what I'm saying is, I think maybe we should like put out some hot food and a note and be like, hey, let's meet this time. We'll bring money, warm clothes, and more food, and we've got to ask you some questions about a dog.
Okay.
Like, let's not try and catch them because clearly they're like against that situation. But if we give them a bit of gold, maybe they won't be slitting ankles and robbing people. Give them a bit of warm food and some clothes, like, you know.
If you think that's the best bet, then
I don't know if
I
it's the best bet, but like, you know, it's a source of information.
Yeah.
And also, if you're right, and that dog's looking for someone else who's got a penchant for violence, right, and maybe not too many other people to influence them. What's a better like than a whole group of kids that are in the sewers? You know.
Yeah, you're right. You're
like
right.
They're ripe for the dog.
Ripe for the dog.
Well, I was gonna say something else, but like I stopped myself mid-word because it sounded awful.
Oh yeah, I'm really glad that you stopped as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What I would like to do at this stage is, we don't need to RP it, but I'd like to. I mean, we can, if it's needed. But how does it go? Because obviously Sergeant Ton is going to want to take everything, and for the investigation, but he's having a discussion with you about it, so.
I think Agatha wants to look through all of these papers.
Roll persuasion.
Have you been drinking, Sergeant Ton?
Absolutely not a chance.
Just slip. Would you like some mead?
I like this guy.
9.
No. His face so angry. No, he is pretty strict about that. He wants to keep it, but
What if I helped?
he does say that he, roll insight.
This is the bit I
I'm going to
really
move on
don't
from that
like.
this soundtrack. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
absolutely
I don't
right.
like that bit at all.
It's not good. Let's have. We can have something different.
I just banished.
For some
Mr.
reason,
Fay
all
away.
I can see is like a giant baby mascot costume, like walking down the street in my head whenever it comes out, and I don't know why, and it freaks me out every single time.
You do
Just like
torture yourself.
kind of thing, like
Like
12 foot tall.
No, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 3.
Yeah, exactly that.
What was your insight, Agatha?
17.
Okay, that's good. Sergeant Ton really really is not right, but he likes and respects you.
All right, I'll take it.
And
He tolerates me. I'll take it.
and I think what you've done tonight has really, I mean, you're aware of what happened before and how he was very tough on you, and that was quite an unfortunate encounter. But after this one, you kind of see that he is he's seeing that you are in fact all fighting on the same team, and that you have resources that he doesn't have. And what he does is explains to you that he starts work at twilight and gets off at dawn, and it is not that busy. And he is not the kind of person that is called out for incidents in the street. So what he has been doing with his time over the last couple of days is going back over the mountain of paperwork that is missing people. And he kind of talks to you a bit about how it's basically impossible, because you have to have people to say that you're missing, and not everybody has that. And then even then it's impossible, because people just go to the next city over and they're taken by a cougar or a wolf or something, and then their body is eaten by the vultures. And so missing people is a rough line of work anyway, and trying to line everything up with this is even harder.
But having the things will help now, like the papers.
They will help now, and he is, he says that all the stuff that all the evidence is now all in one place, and it's a matter of time of like working things through. And of course there is a much less urgency, because it seems pretty clear that the person that was committing the murders is no longer in the city. So you are welcome to come round when he is on duty, and be like a second set of eyes on all of this stuff. So you've got a fifth job.
Yes, I don't need to sleep. This is fine.
And I think with that, and the very clear boundary set in place that you're not leaving this house with anything, he kind of says, well, you can, thanks again, and I'm sure that I'll see you in due course. But it's late, so I'm sure that you want to go back to the Divisia Sensus.
I guess we should.
You're free to go. I don't have any more questions for you.
I would like to.
Great.
You, what? You want to go back?
I would like to go back.
Oh,
yeah.
But I will say once again, thank you very much for this. This is great work, and you know very well that we wouldn't have had the resources to find where he lived. So you've done really invaluable work here, and no one got hurt.
This time, yay!
Wonderful. Thank you again. I have a long night ahead of me, so I'm just going to get stuck in.
On the way down the stairs, I think Sully's been like, I like that guy. He's a bit like a truffle pig, you know? Like, he may not be anyone's favourite, but he's going to find the fucking truffle.
Yeah, he's alright, actually. I don't mind him. It's a bit scary at first, but I kind of... Yeah.
I think we need to work on your similes around other people, just from the Moss situation, and I think just sometimes
I
it's.
I did say to him, he's not in the room. We're on the stairwell.
I called him a pig behind his back.
No, but
truffle
it's
pigs are important. They're like whole economies are like propped up by truffle pigs.
absolutely, as is Moss. Moss is incredibly important. But I'm just using this as a moment to bring it up, as opposed to it's fine. I just think sometimes we need to Good work, guys.
You walk through the streets of Soloware, back to the school. While you're doing that, Kai walks in step with you, Agatha, and he slips his hand in yours and says, I have an idea brewing, Agatha.
Right, yeah.
Do you want to make a spell with me?
Oh, she blushes a little.
I just sort of veer off so that I can't hear quite as much of what's going on. Like, I'm just behind them and kind of go, oh God, I don't actually. Somehow the euphemism is worse, and kind of walks away slightly.
Yeah. What did you have in mind?
Oh, boy. Oh God, everything you do is so annoying.
Sorry, Lydia.
It's just, oh God, I can't fucking focus now.
Sorry.
I just, I was thinking about how we were trying to work out the most efficient way of finding him, and we couldn't because we hadn't really seen him, but we could, and I just think there's a version of all of those location spells, and I know that it's not really it's not an abjuration thing, and it's not really a transmutation thing, but I feel like if we knew those spells, we could make a version of the spell that is something along the lines of locate owner.
Oh, that's
and if we could get that dagger back,
I like that.
We could try and find the person that once owned it, or something along that.
Yeah.
I just feel like, he's gone, and it's gonna haunt me a little bit. And I feel like maybe if we're ever in different cities, we could just cast this spell and try and find him, track him down. Make him pay for what he's.
Yeah, because it feels like the middle ground between like find person or find creature and find. What is locate object? I know spells.
I knew that was winding you up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what? Locate object and locate person. It's like, yeah, all right, okay. Well, I need to learn those two spells. We should learn them, and then we can try and make it.
We need to not just learn them, but like really study them and all of that in order to be able to unknit them and create this new spell. Maybe talk to some people who work in divination magic, and get their advice on it. But I mean, maybe the spell already exists and it's just not a very common one. Maybe somebody's already in the process. But I feel like we could do something like that over time if we put our minds to it.
Yes.
Fun project as well.
Yeah. Alright. Yes. Agatha's already like trying to think of like how this is going to work.
You go back to the school. Unless there is anything that you're doing before.
No, it's been a couple of very long nights. I think Harath is actually just ready to get to bed.
Yeah. I mean,
Sonny tells the others his idea about leaving like a pot of hot food and a note for the kids.
Yeah,
maybe tomorrow.
we should try,
No.
like. Can we?
we were going to set that trap anyway, weren't we? We were going to dress Sariah up or something.
Yeah, but
We
like
already have
I was thinking maybe less of a trap, more of a, hey guys, can we have a chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, also, Horizon doesn't need to be stabbed no more.
He's been stabbed quite a lot. Yeah.
I can take it.
Yeah, but like you should.
Physically, I think you could. I don't know if you could take it mentally. Anyway.
Okay, well let's go to bed and talk about this in the morning, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not that late. I think if you got to bed now you could still get up at a normal time and not take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
I'm so behind on my classes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've been away for so long.
I've been away for like 4 days.
Long rest, and we're now, what are we, the 1st of Brun?
I think so. Let
Yeah.
me check.
Yeah, because you
my-
came back on the 20th, and so it's now the
Yeah.
1st, yeah.
Oh shit.
Where's my calendar?
The countdown begins. You've got 19 days until prom.
Oh shit!
Oh god. I love that we all just wake up and go, oh shit, it's prom. We're so preoccupied with the murderer, forgot about prom, the important things in life.
Okay.
First of all.
Agatha,
Yeah,
Kai stays the night?
for sure. We're making spells.
You're making magic, not spells.
Gross.
This is where the magic happens. There's papers all over the bed.
Yeah.
Papers and half-drunk coffee just everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah. I don't.
This is what you meant, right?
Guys in some silk boxes and reading glasses.
That he doesn't need. They've got no glass in them. It is quite, sort of just before breakfast time. And Kai goes, like, swings up to a seated position in bed, absolutely, like, wide-eyed, and goes, oh, fuck.
What,
Agatha,
what is
get
it? What?
up. Agatha,
what?
get up.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
my
not-
god.
what is it?
There's
Talk.
oh fuck. There's an imperial party coming to the school to see us all. Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Wait,
I
what?
have to get changed. We have to get changed. Like we.
Wait,
I'll
now? Like, what?
Sorry, my mum's talking to me in my head. Sorry, and his like eyes go
Oh.
a little bit cross-eyed while he's like listening to somebody in his mind. Right. We're going to be called. I'm going to get changed so that I'm not like this when I see Mother.
Yep.
Should we meet her at the transportation room? Would you like to come with me? Should everyone come with us, or should we wait to be called?
I don't know. I guess. I assume they want to speak to all of us. This isn't your mum coming to see you, right? Because I think that's weird if we all turn up.
No. This is an imperial party.
I can't see an imperial party.
You will see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right. Okay. What do I do? Like what? Oh God.
You're gonna be great. I'm gonna come back with a suit on and maybe wake up your friends so that we're
All right,
all
okay.
dressed.
You go, and I'll get everyone ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Right. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. And I go immediately start like I just knock on like the shared door with Nevma, and I'm like, get up, get dressed. And then I'll run over to the boys' room and I knock on their door and I'm like, get dressed, guys, gotta get dressed. Everyone's gotta get dressed. I'm too scared to wake up Pluto. I'll wake up Bing Bong. Bing Bong, go get up.
Wait, what? Wait, hang on. What fucking?
Wait, what? There you go.
What are you talking about? No, that's not it either. I can never get into Welsh ever. Fuck.
What are you on about?
Well, she's tired and grumpy, so all sorts of noises come out of her mouth. But she wakes up Pluto for you. They're getting ready to go.
What's going on?
There's an imperial party coming to see us. I think to do with the stuff we found at the petting zoo.
Okay.
Why are you all really calm about this?
Because they've come to see us because they want information from us.
Yeah, but they're an
Right.
imperial party.
Right.
That,
And they need information from us and they want to talk to us about stuff.
They're just people.
They want something from us.
Okay.
We're in a position of power. We know something that they don't want us to know, or we know something they don't.
Sunny. No.
What?
Remember how oh no, you probably weren't there.
No.
We had the conversation suddenly with Hariath that was like, people get killed all the time for having the wrong information.
All right.
We know nothing. We'll say we know nothing.
Why?
We'll just say we know nothing.
Look,
No, nothing.
guys.
I'm just a barmaid. I
Guys.
know nothing.
Right. Okay. You think you're gonna outlie, like these people, right? You think you're gonna lie better than people who go and talk. Look. What I'm just saying is, it will all be fine. It's all gonna be absolutely fine.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go.
When is this happening?
Oh, now. That's what like Agatha has been like rushing in and out of her room, like half like getting dressed and
Are
running
we
out.
meeting
Like,
them
no,
somewhere?
no.
Do we have a dress or a time?
The teleportation room.
Why are we
I'll tell
meeting
them
down
to meet us at the happening.
Why are we meeting? It's like. Why are we meeting someone at the teleportation room?
Or like we don't have to. We can wait until
Are we
call.
being summoned?
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah. I think so. That's what I believe.
Okay.
Okay. We
It's
all need
like
to, look our
15
best,
minutes
though.
later that
Okay.
Kai would come back.
Okay.
Dressed really well. Breeze
wearing his
comes with
normal
him into the
clothes.
room.
Sonny's not wearing anything special.
Right. So we haven't heard we haven't been summoned yet. No one, and I'm not the only one. No one else has had a. Okay. Well, I was just going to go and see my mother, but you guys can just wait until you hear the announcement.
Yeah, that's what I
We'll
was saying.
wait.
Like, if
Got
we
this.
were down there already, it seems insane.
Yeah. It's insane.
You're
All right.
Agatha?
Can I just
Yeah.
while before I do that, what did we decide
On what?
What? Like what?
on the information that we have on Queen Udal?
Oh, we don't know. We don't know nothing. We know nothing.
We are going to pretend that we don't know anything about the fact that Queen Udal has a powerful magical object hidden inside the petting zoo.
We should say we know. But what if we say we know and then they're like, well, we know too much and they're going to kill us?
You know there
Okay.
are other ways, like, you know they can just, like, change your mind and shit.
I hate to pull this card, but they're not going to kill. They're certainly not going to kill me.
You are safe, that's for sure.
And they
Oh.
won't
And-
kill me.
No, but what I'm saying is, we have that in itself is leverage, and the fact that we all, we're a team, is leverage enough. I don't think we need to be as terrified of this as it. I mean, look, we don't actually know anything about this. We genuinely don't. All we know is that
just
it's
found
there.
it, and stuff was happening at the zoo, and that's all. We were investigating something else. We just happened to find this other thing.
If we had some more information about it being potentially malevolent or information that is that she's treasonous or something like that, then
why are you
that would
messing
be
about
another
that
thing.
ring?
I'm fine.
I know you're not fine and you're saying you're fine, but, like, I don't want to be a dick or nothing, because I think everyone should be who they are, but do you think wearing the Cyclonus family ring in front of Kai's mum is probably going to go down that well.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What? Who said that? Kai?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're on about. Do I not know
Shut
your
this?
mouth. I'm so sorry. That was so rude. I'm so sorry. I'm just nervous. All right.
1 second. Right. Here's the thing. Right. They're not going to kill Harriet because of who he is. They're not going to kill me, just cause. Right. They're not going to kill Nevmer. I won't let them. Right. So we're all fine. It behooves them to handle this diplomatically.
Right. Okay.
No one is. Look, I can tell you this for a fact. Emperor
Mate,
Julian
if
is
your
not
mum's
really.
alive, you ain't getting killed. Not right now.
Emperor Julian is not really the kind of ruler that just kills people. I can't speak to all of the spouses, but there's certainly quite a lot of things that can happen to people other than death.
Right. Do you know what else can happen? One of the other wives who don't like the one who's doing this stuff is like, give me some dirt on her. She's really starting to piss me off because she never does her laundry or nothing or something. And so she maybe like. What I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, you're focused on such a small slice of the spectrum of things that can be happening, right?
Yeah.
And there's a spectrum of those things that are good or neutral, which is the bigger than the side that's bad because you include the neutral. All the saying is, there's no point getting upset about it right now, because otherwise you're going to look like really manic, and when you're chatting to them. So I can be clear, because I did not know some of this information that I'm now knowing. The plan is that all of us are gonna lie to the Imperial.
I don't think we have to lie. We don't know anything. All we know is that we found documents related to this to this queen,
and it is in some way related to this person. That's it.
That's all we know. We know nothing more than
nothing
that.
else. I think
And
if we lie
that's
and one of us
actively
gets
the
caught-
truth.
Yeah, if we lie and one of us gets caught, we're fucked.
Pluto steps out of his room, buttoning his shirt up, and says, I mean, yes, we could tell them everything that we know in a way that perhaps implies that we know more, and they may be here to bargain for our discretion. So I just would have it in your mind what it is that you would like.
One time.
Whether you want to know more about the item or whether you would like to be bought off.
See what I'm saying? There's the other side of this spectrum. One time somebody thought my mum saw something, which she saw, and tried to buy her silence. She just gave no shits about what she saw so much that she just sort of ferried it away from her mind. So they were like, please, we'll give you money. She's like, and they frantically just send in money to the house for months.
So the question is, do we want more information, or do we want things? I look
Do you reckon this is gonna
look
be
at
a group
Agatha.
thing or an individual thing?
What?
I said
We won't
Pluto.
know
Yeah.
until they tell us. I'm sure they have a plan. I'm going to leave you because I think it'd be better if I make sure that I'm at least meeting my mother off the transportation room, and I will perhaps see you all in there. But yeah, I mean, I'll see you all in there. And he takes his leave. Yes.
How's Nevma handling all this?
She is quite quiet. She's quite quiet and just sort of wide-eyed and looking at all the people who's talking and taking it all in. Anything else?
okay?
You could roll an insight for anything more, but
Yeah, I want to roll an insight, but not in a probing way, because I'm more than happy to ask, which I will do immediately. It's a 12 on the dice. Plus 8, dirty 20. You okay?
yeah, I mean, I know that I'm fine because It was people at the palace who made it possible for me to be here.
Yeah.
But I'm nervous to meet very, very important people. And, very, very high up people tend not to look kindly on me unless, I'm with my mother. I don't want to be in the bad graces of a queen.
No,
So I don't
fair.
need for anything. So I feel like if they're bargaining, I feel more inclined to not ask for very much.
Yeah. Let's look. I see if they want to do it as a group, right? Then we can have that conversation. They'll give us time to confer and agree on something. If they do want to do it as a group and they want to do it as individuals, then we have to trust our gut, right? We've got us this far in our lives.
She looks at you and she's nodding, and then she grabs hold of Agatha's hand and pulls you into the conversation. But also, how would you feel about having next year's tuition paid for by the Imperial Palace?
I mean, that's what I was thinking. It might be quite nice. I was actually thinking of asking for the next 2 years, but I don't know if that's asking
Let's
too much.
just shoot for the stars.
I mean,
But also in a way that is pals with a queen. Yeah. Hiraeth, you better buff up your charm big
Yeah.
time.
yeah.
This is for Ags.
Yeah. Of
course.
Yeah, if I ask, it's gonna go poorly. I'm good. Right, I'm just gonna. Alright.
Did you learn about bowing and stuff in cultural studies yet?
You've got to follow our lead.
I mean,
It's sort of like a 12-step bow system.
I'm just gonna stand at the back and stay very quiet. And best case scenario, I'm just not noticed. Yeah.
That's not the best case scenario, because then we want our friend's tuition paid, and they're like, oh shit, who's her?
Well, I'll just be quiet. I'll just be
No, it's fine. Look, you just got to be you. Agatha's a pretty incredible person, and they'll see that. But there are a lot of social customs that you've got to really do your best to follow. So
okay.
if you follow me and Nevmer,
Okay.
Can I get some rolls to see who actually does know what? So, Hiraeth, your DC is much lower because you would have been taught it
oh, right. Okay, cool.
away from school. That's something that would have been part of your...
top-class cultural studies.
I'm in top class culture.
You have a different DC, and everybody's got a different DC.
Right. You fucking box
Agatha's
that
is
bitch.
lowest. What we rolling
Nikki,
for,
you're
sorry?
very special. Don't worry, you're very, very special.
I've got dark vision.
In your own right.
I've got dark vision. What are we rolling?
You are. I mean, it's history, isn't it? It's.
Yeah. I have a 0 in that, but I rolled a 14.
Yeah. Okay.
I
okay.
also rolled a 14.
Okay. Yeah.
That it tracks. We're in the same class.
Yeah. we've
I
got the
have a
same
0
one.
in that as well, but I rolled an 80.
Okay.
Box that bitch.
Everyone but Agatha knows this.
Yeah.
When you approach a member of royalty, you put your right knee on the ground. That's the manner in which you bow, is by taking a knee and with your head bowed. And the noble or royal will approach you and offer their hand, which you place very, very, very close to your forehead. It's like one of those things. It's like the kissing of the hand thing. In reality, if you actually kiss the hand, that's a massive faux pas, especially in France. You have to get as close as possible and just graze your skin across it. It's the same thing here. You don't touch your sticky forehead to a royal's hand. you let it get as it's like, you don't use the hand as like blotting paper for your T-zone oil. You get as close as you possibly can. That's part of the performance of like how close you can get it. Please say
All of
everything else.
Farai's hair just falls down over there. Shit.
And then you wait for the word rise. You don't get up before you hear the word rise. And when you leave a room, you never turn your back on royalty, so you have to walk backwards. For other nobles, so Haraith, this is what you do.
Yep.
You both take the knee in exact synchronization and raise a hand at the same time. It's not easy. It's like it's like two birds dancing. You have to go down on one knee and offer a hand at the same time.
Is there like a hierarchy of this, or will this just be what you do?
It's actually pretty complicated, and I'm going to give you an example. It's not really the same because that is way more. But do you remember in the Kingkiller Chronicles when he goes to the manor house and it's all about like rings, and there's this whole language of like if you give a copper ring or a silver ring or whatever, it's a massive disc. If you if you were to kneel in front of like a princess or whatever in this place and they didn't kneel, that's them saying they don't consider you an equal.
Cool.
So there's some shit that goes along with it. If you know that you're equals, then you both in absolute synchronization.
Oh my god, I'm getting actual anxiety from this. So would we be equals technically as a prince and a queen? We're not. She's a queen, right?
Yeah, but you're from the Feywild. You're here on a diplomatic mission.
So it gives you you get a temporary level up.
You don't know if they will, but it's not. It's also not for you to know. It's for them to. It's like you're gonna.
This is part of the social contract.
Yeah, the wild thing would be if you waited for Queen Udal to kneel. That would be the wild one.
Yeah.
So
again, you're royal by blood, they're royal by cum, so
oh Christ, I hate it. I'm royal by cum. That's what I'm royal by. No, actually, I'm the opposite.
You're not the by cum, you're the successful.
I'm technically royal by egg, actually.
Yeah.
And cum. I've just realised I'm royal by egg and cum.
Stop saying cum so much. I know that only minutes ago I was talking about cats eating babies, but honestly, the comments sent me over the edge.
But this is the point. She doesn't know I'm royal by cum. She only knows I'm royal by egg.
By blood or by cum, he'll be a royal.
Oh god.
Okay.
By blood or cum, thy will be done.
You hear in your head, ding, ding, ding. Please, can you make your way to the first floor parlor? And I mean, you are given additional I'm not going to do it, but you're given added information about where to go, which is
all of us or just Harai?
Everybody gets it in their head about going to it's not a million miles away from the main entrance where the administrator's room is and all of that kind of stuff.
Good, because if it was a million miles away, it'd take us ages to get there.
Well, everything is a million miles away from Cloister Dodeca because you're the far high wing. So you make your way, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine if we were?
Go.
No, we're just sitting around.
If they want us, they'll find us, won't they?
Oh,
I've got to go traipsing around looking for them.
I'll just put the slow cooker on. Oh.
Can they just come to the cloister?
I've just made a brew.
I love all of this, and I love even more that Lydia's going, bit. Shall we get on?
It's
All right.
panic, that's all it is.
You make your way to the front parlor, which sounds very informal, but in fact it is where a lot of these sorts of extremely important social meetings happen. And at the door to this room, you see Mallory, the gnome administrator, who sees you coming and is like, oh, wonderful. All right, do come forward. Right, you're all ready, yeah? You're confident? No.
Perfectly
Yes?
so. Yeah, yeah.
All right, if you're feeling happy, then I'll let you in.
I think I will sort of like take if we're going in like 2 rows, if that makes sense. I'll take the second row and I'll just put like a comforting hand on Agatha's on Agatha's back.
Mate, you've absolutely got to go first. Right? You have no idea what you're
Yeah, because that
about.
pushes Nevma forward, and she's like, "What?"
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Absolutely gotta go first, mate.
Forget I said anything.
It's like a little tussle where you all kind of like end up walking in a circle together.
I want to go at the back. I want to go at the back.
Just a quick speed loop.
Right, in there, you've got Mrs. Cremata. That is she is head of legacies, and you've also got Lady Arenthal. She is lady in waiting for Queen Udal, who is also there. So just best behaviour, lots of respect. These are very important imperial people. Yeah, you're representing the school now, and yourselves and your families. Right? Have a lovely time. I do believe they've bought crumpets in there. Have a good time.
I think Arrive goes, ugh.
Or I was like, trumpets?
The door is opened, and you walk into this very beautifully appointed, long, very gilded room. It's lots and lots of blue drapes and wood-panelled walls, candelabras, beautifully carved low table, and somebody is setting out pots of tea and plates and lots of small treats on platters. And there is a sofa and some chairs around that low table, and indeed there is Mrs. Cremata, who you have already met. She has that ash hair that's like swept up using ribbons. She's wearing like a kind of fantasy power suit, and is sort of immaculately dressed, and sitting to her right is Kai. Yes, Agatha.
I think hearing Sunny say that stuff earlier, Agatha's just going to look at her hands and see if she's got a matching ring.
Can you please for me roll perception?
18.
Hers is bigger.
She's got some
She's got a gnarled claw that's just been weighed down by this ring.
she has her hands in her lap, and they're gloved.
How are you putting the glove over that ring? The big glove.
It's gardener's gloves.
It's a bespoke pouch.
They're boxing gloves. Right.
Okay. Alright.
Next to Mrs. Cremata is a half elf with black hair and like white shocks through it, probably around 60 in human terms, and but sort of well kept for that age. And she wears quite a kind of she wears a red dress that's like layers upon layers upon layers. It's nice. It's very beautiful. And right, taking up pretty much a full sofa is Queen Udal, human, about 70 years old, has what is clearly a wig of auburn hair that's in a very nice like do, but she is a 70-year-old woman and with auburn hair, so that's why it's clearly a wig. And she has a hand resting on a cane. anyone that wants to do any more perceiving about these, I could give a little rundown. But you are ushered forward by the High Master to take a seat, and then everyone.
Was this post?
You are That's not true. You are ushered forward.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this the first test?
You are ushered forward, and Lady Aranthala and Mrs. Cremata stand up. The first two people is.
I assume I would have thought Horiath would have to be by themselves, given their slightly amended.
Tell me the order. Just tell me the order.
So I thought in my head, Horiath had to go by themselves because if like Horiath and then the Queen kneel and like say for example Sunny's next to him kneeling, it's a bit. Am I?
Well, you just have to tell me how you're entering because I can't like force you to walk in a particular way.
Yeah, I'll come in. I'll come in first.
And then the three of us are behind him, sort of like a few steps behind, so it's very clearly that we were like waiting our turn to approach.
As you like step forward, you see Lady Aranthal like lean over and whisper in Queen Udal's ear, and she like puts her hand on her cane and pushes herself up to standing, and steps out and around so that there is space that you don't have a low table in between you anymore. And as you approach Horiath, she with a cane on one hand, she dips her right knee. Are you doing it at the same time?
Oh, absolutely, I do it at the same time.
Let's
yeah,
roll performance to see how well it goes.
Christ.
I didn't roll particularly. It's not my best, but that is a 21.
Okay, it's enough. You. Considering you've literally had to do none of this since you've really been in the material plane. You both dip at the same time, and you kind of sense that hand has come up and is near your forehead, and yours is near hers. You feel like a slight tickle of her hair against your hand. And then you both have that moment of just sensing. You don't have to wait for the word rise, so you just sense that you get up together. Yeah. And she says, "It is an honor to meet a Prince of the Fae."
The honor is all mine to meet a queen of the material.
How are you finding our land?
Quite pleasant. I find your people very agreeable, and your country is... it's quite something. Never before have I seen such majesty in the plains.
Very good. I had hoped that one day I might see your homeland, but I grew old before I got the opportunity. Such is life. Two mortals, of course.
When you have such splendor at your fingertips, I hardly think that you need much more in life.
You are very polite, Mr. Agvi, but I think that we know that the Feywild would make our world pale in comparison.
I think I just sort of dip my head slightly in kind of like not a nod of assent, but like a nod of almost gratitude, and say greener pastures, perhaps.
Say your country's better than mine, you shit.
She doesn't do anything except angle her body that gives you the slightest invitation that you can move on, and the next person can come forward. Who would be next in the line?
I'll go.
It's just Agatha and Never at the back, like slowly trying to edge behind each other, like.
Like they've got sweaty palms, just holding each other's hand.
Yeah, for sure.
On the basis that I want to give a demonstration of what they should be doing, not what Horizon should be doing, I think Sunny's going to go next.
Okay.
Thank you.
Roll performance.
Fucking hate this part because I'm
Fuck.
bad at
Could you fucking imagine
I'm
if
watching Sunny
Agatha went, that went well, and did exactly the same as Mariah? Like,
Well, the thing is, you only have to do the same as Horiath. It's just if you expect them to do the same thing back, it would be the mistake.
18.
18's good. 18's definitely enough.
Plus nothing.
Pardon?
Plus nothing. Just
Plus
pure
nothing.
dice. Write
Pure-
me down.
Nothing but dice.
I've got a really good like guide rule in my horns.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. I hate to say it, but if you were to roll a natural 1, you might have impaled her top of her head on your horns. You know not to let that hand touch you, but you just feel it kind of swipe by, and you hear that quiet rise. And you are immediately, there's no like conversation, you just are immediately like wafted on to find a seat. And I'll say that that
Never and Agatha.
Hazes goes next.
Oh, hey. Oh, okay. There's a whole bunch of us that can go first. Excellent.
No, because if you're last, you're really going to stick out.
Yeah, I know.
There's a weird one in the middle.
Yeah.
Hazes does an absolutely like immaculate, almost like theatrical ballet, like the way that she kind of goes down and accepts that hand forward and is told to rise. And there's just the briefest, very good to see you again. And she is then moved on. We're going to do you want to go next, or do you want Pluto and...
Yeah, I think Agatha does get that thought of like, if I mess up, then
You
Pluto.
know Pluto's going to say some fucking snidey shit as well, so you best go
Yeah.
before it.
Yeah.
We're looking for. I mean, I'm
fully
not
sort of
gonna,
like elbow
I'm not-
Pluto out of the way.
I'm not going to lie. There is an element of like what individually happens, but this is also considered a group check right
Okay.
off the bat to see how with the impression that you're doing. So there's a twofold reason why I'm doing. Everyone has to do performance.
Okay.
So you're going next.
Yeah. I'll get over and done with.
Definitely don't want to go after Pluto.
I think she doesn't realise that everyone else has stepped behind her and she's like, oh shit. Okay.
Pluto's going to say some shit like, you're looking wise.
6.
Okay. This makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Because you don't remember the protocol. You rolled under the DC to remember the protocol. So all you're doing is trying to do what you've seen Hazes and Sunny do.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see that very well. So you kneel with both knees, bum on the ankles.
Yeah.
And then when the hand comes forward, you just do like a cat, like thumping it.
You go into fucking child pose. What the fuck?
Oh, I'm just stretching. Just wishing for the ground to swallow her.
My head Agatha just goes, I slip.
And you hear the word rise, and you get up, and you just... What's your passive perception? Oh yeah, passive perception is not too bad. You just see, as you're like walking to the thing, you see Lady Arenthal wipe her hand with a kerchief before the next person comes forward.
This is the worst. I watched 3 people die 2 nights ago, and this is the worst thing.
Oh god. Never just rolled worse than you.
Never.
Never.
Oh, honestly, I'm actually really happy because I like that they both fucked up. They can at least be embarrassed together.
Yeah, that was real bad. I can't work out why it would be so bad because she's so physically able, but I think She's just nervous,
Yeah.
I think, and
She accidentally sniffs too hard when she puts her hand out, so she gets it.
Yeah.
I think she does like a nervous smile and then remembers about her fangs. She's got too like comfortable about letting people see her fangs, and as she like gets back up from what is probably quite a good bow because she's good at that kind of stuff, she like sort of smiles and then goes, "Oh, fuck. Oh."
Shit. Sorry. Fuck.
and just sidesteps away and stands next to you and like looks you in the eye, and you can just see she's like brimming with tears immediately because she knows that she didn't do it right.
I just hold her hand really tightly, like, it's okay. We're in this together.
Bing bong.
I think Agatha
All right,
actually,
love, how are you?
I think Agatha actually gives her the benefit of the doubt of like, you didn't have to do that for me, but I appreciate it.
Bing Bong leaves a fucking bike horn in her back pocket, so when she kneels down, she goes,
She's got like a hand buzzer.
fuck yes, Bing Bong. She'll have a heart attack and die.
She nails it. She absolutely nails it.
Of course she does.
Pluto does quite a like a clipped, tidy, not overly like Haze's was being as like reverential as she possibly could, and Pluto was giving bare minimum but exactly what was needed.
Yeah.
And
He's giving bare minimum.
I have remembered everyone because that night, like I'm not forgetting anybody, am I?
No, I think that was everyone.
No,
Kai's already done it.
already
Okay,
done
everyone's
yeah.
there. All right. I'd love to say that that was a great group role, but it was what it was. And there is this kind of moment while the Imperial Party won't speak because there is also a staff member in the room that's like pouring tea that they're all kind of looking at and waiting for them to go. But conversation can't really like commence yet. I'll say this, there is one other person in the room that has not actually been, wasn't mentioned by Mallory, that is just a hooded figure behind the Queen that the party isn't worried about.
That means we should be.
A guy with a big axe and a hood on.
It's
Yeah.
Lineth T. Hunter.
It's a dog. It's a black dog. Fuck.
Eventually, the awkwardness is broken when the staff member leaves, and in fact, to your surprise, so does the High Master. Closes the door, and as the door is closing, just says, "Good day." Shuts the door.
But Kai's mum stays.
Yes.
She's part of the party.
I imagine that you have an idea why I'm here.
Just sort of look around to see who's who's going to speak.
Agatha is staring right at Harriet with the most pleading eyes.
We have an idea. Yes, Your Majesty.
In your heroics, I believe that you have brushed up alongside something extremely sensitive. Right?
In only the most gentlest of brushes, but yes.
Well, I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about that. It's such a pleasure to be in this place again, so vibrant, so youthful, so full of hope. It's very exciting. And it's very good to meet the young mage hopefuls of tomorrow that are already doing such good. But I understand that it's only really a matter of time and would require only a small intellect before you know that the Katerina Consort Petting Park contains a project of mine. And I'm here, in humility, to ask you for complete transparency and discretion. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think I look around to everyone and get their sort of assent before I go on and say, we do.
Could you give me a brief description of what you understand that you found?
Shit. Why am I the face?
Hey.
Do you want me to whisper? I'll whisper in Horia's ear.
I think
That's going to be insane if you whisper into Horia's ear for Horia to speak to the Queen.
I think I do just say, upon an investigation, we happened upon a gem,
Crystal.
a crystal, and we came across the. Sorry, it's been such a long time. We came across the name of the crystal as well.
Spell suspender, yeah.
We came across a letter from Lady Arenthal, right?
Lady Arenthal nods.
Yeah. Regarding a spell suspender.
You see Queen Udal turn to Lady Arenthal with an absolute look of ice. And Lady Arenthal just looks at you like, fuck.
It was very well hidden. However, the investigation that we did was, though covert, very thorough. I, as Tom, am personally sort of fluffing the details slightly, but I think I'm pretty sure that's basically all it said was that, right? It was pretty much a sort of conversation between her and whoever the recipient was, basically saying, yes, we won't pay you anymore. Is that right?
No, it was. You don't need to deal with it, but we'll send someone to like check on it every 10 days or something. Something.
Great,
like that.
Great. And I say, all that we know is that it's behind a locked door, and that it was going to be worked upon every few days. By someone that wasn't involved with the park. During our investigation, we came into contact with the custers of this city, and in the process of giving them the evidence of the investigation, we felt it prudent to keep a hold of this letter, so as for them not to have seen it. I believe that's where we find ourselves now, Her Majesty.
That is very good news. I'd like to thank you for your instincts that led you to hold that letter back. And I suppose now I'd like to talk to you about discretion. Because, I mean, the zoo is no more. It has no owners. And so I have my people there now. removing my project. And so there is no need for further investigations or discussions on the matter. But I would like to know that you would not speak on this to anybody else. And to that matter, I have brought documents that I would like you to sign to say that you would not speak on this to anyone. And I'm wondering if you're happy to do that.
This is where I don't want to be the fucking face. Okay. Can I make an insight check as to see whether there's like an unwritten, like an unspoken kind of subtext here? Like, I think.
Yeah, of course. That is
obviously
the
we've been
perfect
talking,
use of an insight check. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. No, like yeah, we've been talking about.
You're looking for subtext. Yeah.
Yeah. We've been talking about like payment and things. It's not amazing. It was a 10. Oh, it's not my best. Plus 5 is a 15.
Queen Udal is extremely difficult to read, and you actually don't get the feeling that there is subtext to that. Her opening gambit is just sign the paper.
God, I want to know what it does so bad.
I don't like. Oh God, I don't like. Who's that to? Was that to Nikki?
Yeah.
I know, I'm trying to work out if Nikki's about to speak or not. He looks like he's either going to run out of the room or cast a spell, or I don't know what.
I think Sunny knows better than to talk.
I don't think Agatha does.
As you kind of like put your hand up, Lady Aranthal like leans over, and Queen Udal says, "I'd worked it out, Miss Fifield."
I have a couple of questions, if that's all right. What's going to happen to the animals and stuff that were there, especially the myconids that were being kept there?
Myconids?
Yeah, there was...
Oh, I was not taking the animals under my protection. Not all of them, anyway.
All right, but can we...
There's myconids in this petting park? What is going on in this city?
Yeah, well, that kind of leads on to my other question of like, your business is your business, and you know, I'm happy to like not get involved, but as a resident of this city, I do have to ask, what is this project you're working on, and does it affect the citizens of this city in any way?
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Can I help in any way? I think like if I were to say as an ambassador of the Feywild, this is the city that I have shown great interest in as well. I would also be very interested.
I think she's rolled it already. I think the difficulty is that her pitch was specifically, I'm a local person. But what I will allow is for you to do a separate roll, you know, depending on what her outcome is. You know, having said that, I would very much allow you to do something similar as a follow-up. What was your roll, Axe?
5.
A 5.
Yeah.
Miss Fifield, your sense of loyalty to the city is admirable, but do remember that your city is within the empire of which I have jurisdiction over. You don't need to know.
with respect to Your Majesty, as someone who is currently living here as an ambassador of the Fae, I would greatly appreciate the knowledge that this city is safe.
No city is safe. It's my understanding that you're also investigating a series of murders, completely unrelated. There is no safety anywhere. But I am a queen. I don't have projects that harm my people. Insinuation otherwise would be offensive. Nikki.
This is Sonny's putting his hand up.
Can you roll? I didn't get you to roll, but can you roll? She does reply that, but Tom, sorry. Sorry. I just realised I did a bunch of stuff.
19.
And didn't say roll. 19. Okay,
No.
I'll roll back to it. Nikki, what's up?
That's Sonny putting his hand up.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Your Majesty. I'm sure you appreciate that I don't normally, I'm not one for signing stuff that our family kind of people don't normally look over, but I understand that this might have mitigating circumstances, and I appreciate that you're taking this project out of the city now that it's been found. But in the interest of, cards on the table, and I don't really want to overplay our hands, I think this might be an easier pill to swallow, say, if we didn't have to stress about our friend not being able to make their way the rest of the way through the year. Agatha has to find 2 years worth of tuition at this prestigious school, and currently the Lady Chromata is funding that bill based off of a confusing series of circumstances. I think it wouldn't be untoward to say that we would sign. We had I think our actions of not handing this over to the custers has kind of indicated where we stand on sharing this information. Your support and your investment in us as mages to be, as you would say, I think would go a long way to making us feel more comfortable about the safety of this city and us as individuals.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck. Seventeen.
This is a very bold request that you make on behalf of your friend. You're telling me that all of you would sign if I were to fund Miss Fifield's tuition for next year?
For the rest of her tutelage within this fine establishment, it would be appreciated, and I think I can only truly speak for myself, but I believe that it would make me feel a lot more comfortable knowing that your investment in a Solarayan citizen speaks volumes to your love for your people.
Right. Some might call it deep loyalty to your friends. Others might call it extortion, blackmail, bribery.
I mean, it's, I think some people would choose to look at the world that way, but you and I both know that we're not leaving this room without signing that paper, and I think that your declaration of support would go a long way to making us feel better about the outcome.
You see Pluto lean forward and pick up, there's like a pile of papers on the table, like near the tea set, and he picks it up and starts to peruse the paperwork, and kind of tosses it back on the table after a while and just sort of I'm not signing that.
I take a
Forgive
look at
me,
it?
Your Majesty, but I will keep your secret for my deep love of your husband and yourself. And he does an additional bow of his head. But I will not be bound. Only Oban speaks to my discretion. And she looks at him, and a smile spreads across her face. Interesting. Lady Arenthal leans in and speaks, and she looks there's a furrow in her brow, and she looks back and she says, Master Ardor? Very interesting. I believe you and I have an understanding. Master Ardor, you may leave. And Pluto bows and backs out of the room and is gone. Bing Bong kind of watches him leave and then turns back around and is like, fuck that guy.
Agatha's feeling the same. She feels so much safer when Pluto's around.
Can I grab one of the contracts and begin to
Yeah,
look through it?
yeah.
Yeah, I think I will too.
It is essentially... it is essentially, well, you know what? Roll investigation.
Fucking hell.
26.
Very good.
14.
Yeah.
Still alright. They're not bad rolls.
Dyslexia comes out again. 7.
I mean, this kind of looks like NDA material. But Agatha, when you read this and you're picking apart the language, there is no two ways about it. If you broke your agreement and spoke to anybody about it, it is considered the highest form of treason and therefore punishable by death.
I mean, I think she's already going to take that tact anyway. Fucking...
Yeah, but there's no trial needed. There's no nothing. There's no we found this, there's no argument about it. It's if you speak, this contract is shown to people in closed rooms and you guys come to a bad end.
Then Agatha will put it back on the table and say, yeah, I think none of us should sign this, but we should take Pluto's lead and say, we're not going to say anything, but we can't sign this.
You don't need to worry about what just happened between me and Master Ardor. You're not in the same circumstance as him.
Queen, she's a queen, she's a queen, she's a queen. She's not a customer, you
Your
can't throw her out.
Majesty, Your Majesty,
Yeah.
may I ask what you foresee happening should we not, find it within ourselves to sign these documents? It is Christmas after all. This music is so Christmas.
I can't find the right piece of music. There's no not sinister, but kind of grand, but also sort of chill. There's no parlor
what
music.
day is it? Well, it's Christmas Eve, sir.
So I have the Winter Plaza going on, and it's not right, but it's near enough. I'm going to try this one. It says Masquerade.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Yes. So our options are sign this and be killed if this slips
If you
out.
do not sign, you do not find a way that we can move forward that is pleasing to both of us, you will have willfully gone against the wishes of the palace.
This is sort of what I was alluding to.
But is it the wishes of the palace or just the wishes of you?
I think
beg
as
your
you say that,
pardon.
I just kind of tense and go, Your Majesty.
You do
with
not
a
have an
fucking-
understanding of how to negotiate at all. If I was ever to give you money for an education, that time is gone.
I'm so sorry, Your Highness. She doesn't do well in tense situations.
Your Majesty, with all due respect, if I were to sign this, I think it could have far greater implications for us all than one might at first thought. I am willing to sign a declaration of my silence. However, we need to come to, as you say, an agreement on the terms, and these terms, with all due respect, and I bow my head, are far from agreeable.
Roll persuasion again. It was a 19 last time. I'm going to bear that in mind. That's good.
That was also a fucking 19. That was an 11 again.
Okay. Your Grace, this is what I'm talking about. Tell me what it is that you would like to sign.
Ooh. I think I look over to Agatha and kind of just raise an eyebrow, just to sort of say, I mean, do we try again? Sorry, was there a...
She shrugged.
Oh, Agatha's
Oh,
just
there was a
Agatha
shrug.
is like, sorry, Agatha is like keeping her mouth shut.
Cool.
She's scared to say anything. She's gonna put her foot in it again, so.
Your Grace, I believe we have made our terms clear. There are two people in this room who are on scholarships. Two people who will serve you and the crown incredibly well with their undying support. However, in order for that to happen, they do need to not die.
So what you propose is that you will be silent on pain of treason. And for that silence, I will not just pay for the education of these two people, but be training future employees. Is that what you imply? That I would fund Miss Fifield's education in order for her to be my mage after she graduates? And for Miss Hayes's to be, what, a bodyguard? She like turns back to the cloaked person in the corner who doesn't respond.
As people of this great empire, are we not all in service to the crown and what it holds?
You're very clever.
I assure you, I'm not, my lady. I'm just a humble boy.
In my short time on this plane, I have seen the generosity of this empire firsthand, and I truly commend it. I think right now, like, Haraif is just sort of in his head going, fuck, like, this is why I'm not back home. This is what Isolde does. This is the shit that Isolde does. Like, why the fuck am I here? But on the outside, there's just, like, the sort of pleasant but tranquil kind of smile on his face.
And you, the third born of House Agvi, speak to the unparalleled talents of Miss Fifield and Miss Hayes.
I do.
Hayes actually puts her hand up and says, "You should not include me in this negotiation. If I could do anything, I would hope to give my part in this over to Miss Fifield, who is far superior mind and talent of mine own. I'm not on a scholarship.
Oh.
I don't need the money."
That's my bad. I think I might have been conflating two separate storylines.
It's fine. You actually haven't spoken about that stuff, so it's fine that you would imagine, because she has spoken about the scholarship day, but she's not on a scholarship.
Yeah. Interesting.
And she sort of speaks. She speaks to the Queen and says, "My sword will always be yours, Queen Udal. I've spoken to you about this before. My sword is yours, my life is yours. I will sign this as it is. But I wish to make it clear. These people are honorable. They're good people. I trust them with my life. And Miss Fifield, though completely inexperienced at speaking to royalty, is very gifted. Her future is her own to speak of, but she has earned her place here many times over, from what I've heard. And whether she chooses to give anything back to you, she would be an investment for anybody." And she sits down and takes a piece of paper and just puts it in her lap as if she's ready to, like, sign it. Right, well, that's very interesting. I will draw up new paperwork. I'm prepared to pay for a single year for Miss Fifield, for your silence on the matter forever. And Miss Fifield, we can talk further on what that year means. And I will speak to your tutors and the people who know your gifts. Are we in agreement to this?
Yeah.
Kind of look around. Yeah.
Just sorry, Your Queen. Just when the further conversation with Miss Fifield takes place, will you permit her legal counsel at this meeting.
You are clever.
I assure you
course.
I'm not, my lady. I'm trying to live a good life and do right by my friends.
That requires intellect, young man, and you have it. Of course, she can have legal counsel.
Thank you.
Would it be okay if that was to happen later on today? Miss Whitefield?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
All right. I will have the new contracts drawn up for that time. And Mrs. Cremata and Lady Arenthal, like, stand up. So does Kai.
Yep. I stand. Ow.
The door behind you, like, swings open.
Walk backwards out.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And you are back out into the corridor where people have finished breakfast and are just going to their classes.
Fuck, I missed breakfast. I didn't even eat any crumpets because they taste like shit. Fuck.
I think Agatha really just walks wherever there's fresh air.
Wait, I've got little legs.
I think as we sort of step out, I kind of catch up to Hazes and just say, Hazes, I'm sorry.
No.
I feel like I assumed too much.
No, that's fine. I mean, I feel like in the end, it was a clever tactic, an accidental one, but a clever tactic because you sort of, it's like over bartering in order to find a middle ground. And it is very touching to me that you would put your neck on the line for 20,000 gold for me.
I mean, I meant it. You know, you are. I mean, you're amazing.
Thank you. I don't talk about the scholarship stuff because I am deeply, deeply embarrassed about it. But I'll talk to you about it at some point.
I look forward to that.
Agatha,
I'm gonna go puke.
Me too.
Agatha, would you like me to get in touch with Mr. Yehimini, or alternatively, I can send for Violet, who is the person who runs my entire family and their businesses while they're away. Maybe she'll be able to come.
Yeah.
Who would you rather? She's incredible, Violet.
Both.
Okay. I'm just. Nedmer, can you sit with Agatha for a minute? I need to go and cast some spells.
Nevma takes your hand and actually just sort of sits you on the ground. You're like outside the front of the school, sitting on the like cobblestone, and she's looking like directly at you, holding your hands. Like, that was a lot. Let's talk about it.
Okay, I just need to, like...
Yeah, take
stop
some
breathing
breaths.
into my chest.
This is really good though.
Yeah, like it feels good, like it might be good, like it's something, but it also feels a bit like, I don't know, like once again, I've just accidentally stumbled into something and now everyone's making decisions for me and it's fine, but you know, it's just like...
Okay, you know what would be a really good idea?
Yeah.
Remember how Sunny said yesterday that we should all go to counselling? We have time to fit that in before this afternoon.
Yeah, and then I'll feel better, yeah?
I think that would be a really good idea because I don't want you to feel like you have to sit there and negotiate your future.
Yeah.
Don't you, Ags? And I feel like you have to do that after you've had a bit of like somebody to tell you exactly. Because I kind of fucked up in there myself. I thought I was going to be so cool and like go in and go, just give us everything. And then I didn't do anything but kind of like fuck up.
I thought you fucked up on purpose because I fucked up so I wouldn't be the only one who fucked up.
You're so nice to me, but I didn't. I just fucked up.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better.
But look,
Okay.
the important thing is you know this is a big thing that you have to think about now. Do you want to be like you don't want to have to think, you don't want to have to put yourself on train tracks, right? Unless you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to be, to sell your future to her. And that's a good future, but then also maybe you don't want to. You just want to take the school time, the extra year.
Wait, what was she saying? I kind of blanked out a minute. So I get she'll either pay for just 1 year, or she'll pay for both years and maybe, like...
You have to, like...
She kind of said, where we left it was you get 1 year, but I think this afternoon when you talk to her, if you're not careful, that could mean that you're kind of tied in to working with her after you graduate, after you finish 2 years. Okay.
I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Maybe that's cool. I was just gonna go back to being a barmaid, and then, recently I was like, well, maybe I won't. What will I do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I didn't even think I'd get past first year, and I thought maybe I could just find another job around here. I'd work at a sanatorium, and I can't quite breathe.
We really need to get you to the counsellor, yeah?
Yeah. All right, yeah.
I don't want you. I know that sounds rude.
No,
but
that's fine. I think
I don't want.
I'm like a year late to needing therapy. I get it.
Year's generous.
Yeah.
We all kind of are, though, right? I mean.
Yeah.
What's a year?
Okay.
I mean, honestly, what is a year for me?
Yeah, but 1 year in the real world is like 7 years in the mental health world, so it's like in the demon dog world.
Okay. All right. Okay, thanks, Nicola.
Nikki.
I'm casting spells. Sunny's just gonna go to somewhere quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Sending.
Woo!
Twice.
That's a high level
You don't
spell.
need to send it to...
To who?
Yehimini.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
He's a slow man.
He's so slow.
But, more importantly, the first person I'm sending to is Violet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Violet. Hey, Violet. It's Sunny. Can you come to the school, please? My friend needs legal help. It's urgent. I need you. Love, Sunny. Again,
right.
Thanks. And then to Mr. Yehimini. Hi, Mr. Yehimini. It's Sunny, the little orange boy from the magic school. Can you come? Agatha, the girl, needs your help. Legally speaking. Thanks.
Hey. Almost as soon as you finish the sending to Yehimini, it's like you've had something cued waiting to come back at you. And you hear Violet's voice saying, Sunny, I'll be with you in no time. I'll bring gold and papers. I hope that'll be all right. And then you don't hear back from Yehimini.
I did. I wasn't expecting it. Agatha, so I got in touch with Violet, and I got in touch with Yehimini. Violet told me back. She's bringing gold and papers. She's just like she's like the smartest person I ever known, and she's so organised. She's not gonna she's so good with words. She's not gonna trip over anything. So even if Mr. Yehimini's like a good legal mind, she's like a really good like linguistic mind and stuff. So it's the best team I can assemble inside of 5 minutes.
It's great, thank you. Agatha just gives Sunny a hug and is like, thank you. Thanks.
And I think what we'll do is end it there for this week. Great stuff. And next week we will do counsellor, we will do further negotiations, we will do whatever
I
you
heard
want.
you guys talking about going to the counsellor. Finally. Right. Let's go. I already booked an appointment anyway, so...
Very good. We'll come back next week for all of that.
Yeah.
great work, people. Lots happened. Lots investigated. Lots discovered. And you met a queen.
Yeah.
No less.
And I was
Yeah.
rude to her.
Agatha's feisty, yeah?
Yeah,
Well, like
the
Agatha
feisty one.
Feist
she's a
field,
bit
am I right?
feisty. I mean, she's got a -1 to charisma, and also, I think she is a bit like,
Yeah.
like,
What the fuck are
Like-
you doing in my town?
yeah, kinda. Like,
She's the hometown hero.
I'm sorry, who the fuck does anything secretive for good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if it was so good, then why are you keeping it secret?
And Tom, you're exactly right. It's a big deal to be making for Faye to be making deals with the material plane. We'll pick this up and see if people ever actually sign on the dotted line next week.
Yay!
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah, thanks
thanks.
for Cryptics for following us.
Thank you.
OC Templar followed us last week as well, so thank you very much for joining us. Those of you who are new to the stream,
Thank
we're here every
you.
Wednesday, 7 p.m. GMT now.
Yeah.
We're GMT, Greenwich Mean Time.
Mean. Like-
Those of you on the tubes, that's YouTube. We are uploading every weekend. We're going to be aiming for like midday on Saturday.
Yeah,
is-
so
is
you
what
got the
hope
weekend to
for.
watch it.
So you got all that time in the world. Don't forget to check out Dice and Slice.
Yeah.
Tom might be there on your podcast.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out some of the heroes. If you're one of our YouTube friends and you don't really do Twitch, they have a YouTube as well. It's Some of the Heroes.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. Go show them some love. Show us some love. Like, subscribe, and ding that bell. If you subscribe on YouTube, it's free. So do it.
Thanks, we appreciate it a lot.
Bye.
Bye.